My fellow kin, for too long have they wronged us. For too long have they ignored us. But today, that changes. For today, we right the wrongs. For today, for today is our age of reckoning. Yeah! Hello, my fellow kin. Welcome, welcome. I think we're live. Let me know. Let me know if you guys hear me while I choke on this artificial carpet that I stuck to my face this morning. Yo. All right, cool. So, Pissed Out Gabe. Hello, hello, guys. Do you hear me well? Is the volume good? I'll wait for chat to catch up a little bit. I'm getting confused between the two different chat boxes. Hello, hello. Hello from Argentina. Hello, Emmanuel. Do you guys hear me? How's the volume? Is the volume good? We got some hearts going on in chat. Uthar, is that you? The white dwarf. Do you guys hear me? How's the volume? It's Chorfmas Eve. Yeah. I don't. Nobody's answered if they hear me yet, so hopefully my speech didn't fall on empty ears. Let's see. Maybe they don't hear me. Do you lads hear me? Okay, good. Lovely. Lovely. Volume's good. Awesome. The volume is sounding good. Perfect. Serious Ink. Awesome. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to the stream. Today, I don't know if I can keep this on all day. Today is going to be a glorious day. The ancestors, for a long time now, have been suggesting, have been hinting, alluding, guiding us to this very moment. And today, all will be right. All will be well. And we will receive our new toys. All right. Pouring beer, getting ready. Let's go, Kurt. Oh my God, I'm so hyped. I had this idea for this costume, and I went to Dollarama nearby this morning. I was like, let me just buy a beard, and let me buy like a bald cap, and let me buy like a pickaxe. And they had none of those things. And then I saw they had a carpet, so I was like, let me buy the carpet and cut it up. And I made my own attire. Biggest jump scare I've ever had coming into this live stream. This is not a jump scare. This is a jump treat. A delight. What's on your wish list, my dude? Last Dracon. What's up, man? What's on your wish list, my dude? Okay, I am obviously Dread. A Dreadnought, 110% is on the wish list. Do I think we're going to get a Dreadnought? I don't think so. I think what I would like to see, what I think we might get is some kind of like a mining platform that has like a big drill and it's got like dwarves on the platform with guns. That would be pretty dope. So like a mining rig. I could totally see that fitting in with the aesthetic that they're going for, the big theme. You gotta wear the beard for every vid now. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna make it through this vid. There's just hairs spluttering up in front of me as I speak. All right, so as is tradition, the bingo card. All right, lads, what are we thinking here? So we'll do a little 4x4 and we'll see if we're right. I'm just gonna put it in right away. No Votan. Boom. So if no Votan comes up, that's the line. What are we thinking? New summer preview, new faction, Votan push to the year 4421. You'd love to see a Thor from StarCraft 2. Okay, all right. Let's say we're gonna put a Dread in. Votan Dread. Well, let's not put it in the same row as no Votan. That would kind of be a waste, right? Let's put it. Oh, I guess it doesn't really make a difference. Let's put it here. Votan Dread. You're impressed with the beard. Thank you. I worked quite hard on it and quite long. And hopefully I don't inhale too many of these artificial strands of hair during the stream. Flying unit. I think we're going to get a flying unit for sure. I think we're going to get like a gyrocopter. So let's put that over here. Gyrocopter. Jump pack, guys. Oh yeah, 100%. Let's spread it out. Jump pack. Jump pack. Hello, Guac. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. Berserk HQ choice. Oh yeah, that's good. Berserk HQ choice. I think, obviously we're getting Dwarfs. I don't play AOS, but I tried Spearhead with one of the channel members who kindly taught me how to play. Chaos. I don't think he's here yet, but Chaos taught me how to play. It was honestly a lot of fun, man, and I can't wait because now when the Dwarfs come out, it's the perfect entry point for me. Top row, codex delayed 11th edition. Codex, I like that one. Delayed / no reveals. Hello, hello. Hey, Cormac. Welcome, welcome. All right. Actual tank. Yeah, an actual tank would be good. Some kind of like vehicle / tank. The mouthpiece is really muffling. Oh, that's not good. Is it a bit better now? I think it's probably because I keep touching it, the bottom part on my microphone. Ugh. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm choking on it. Ugh. 1 second, lads. 1 second. Oh my God. Give me a moment. Oh my word. How do I mute? I have to cough so badly. No, I don't know how. I'm just choking in silence. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh my word. All right. Mask back on. We must suffer. I should have made this mouth hole a lot bigger. Maybe I could rip that right now. Actually, that's a bad idea. Let's try to put this back on. Oh. Oh. This was a horrible idea. Oh. It's all falling apart. This is an ill omen. Maybe we get nothing. I lost my stream. Where is it? Not like this. A bit crazy hairball. Yeah. I think the worst part is that this thing is just, it was like so cheap. It was like a $5, like actually a $4 like carpet, and like as I was cutting it, it was falling apart everywhere, and I tried to trim it around the mouth a little bit better, but I don't think it worked super well. And I am not giving up on this because I walked 45 minutes to the closest Dollarama to get it. So it's coming back on. No one cared who I was until I put on the mask. All right. Beard gets a grudge. I want a screenshot of you. To a friend who said, don't all Votan players step away and cough. Yeah. Mortar team. Yes, mortar team. Indirect. Mortar team. Some type of aircraft. We got that. Ugh. Don't worry. For next reveal, you could just grow a huge beard. Dude, I wish. I tried. I just can't grow a beard. As you've seen me at my worst with my facial hair is like 3 weeks of me not trying to shave, and it's just nothing. I'm cursed or blessed, depending how you look at it, until I put on the beard. And now he's a space wolf. Yeah, this is actually a reveal show for the channel because we're not playing Dwarves anymore. We're playing space wolves now. Robot Squad, what's up? Oh my God, definitely should have trimmed the mouth a lot more. Land train, multiple train car options. LGW can milk the money. Yeah, The only reason I don't think they'd ever do a land trade is just from like a rules perspective. That would be an absolute nightmare to balance out. Oh my word. Shield guard. Yes. I like that. Oh, dude, if they make like Valkyries, I'm just gonna put Valkyrie. Valkyries. Hearthguard. That'd be dope. We need a Walker Dread. Yeah, the Dread, I agree. Did I put Dread here? No, I didn't put, yeah, I did. Dread's the first one up here, okay. Chaos Votan. Before we get our wave 2, they're already gonna hit us with the Chaos one instead. Oh my god, 50 viewers. Hello, hello, my fellow kin. Let's get some hearts in chat. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Some Embiers, yes, I agree. If we get a dedicated tank, you think it should be bigger or smaller than a land fort? I think it'll be smaller than a land fort. I suspect if we get another vehicle, I'm just going to be picking at my beard all stream. I suspect if we get another vehicle, it'll be one that is like a mining rig platform that could double as like an excavation platform. So you could have like the mining rig on it with a drill, or you could have some kind of like conversion beamer style weapon to like, you know, blast tunnels and debris. I think that'd be pretty good. Reckon we'll get an Embier unit. I hope we get an Embier unit. That's my Valkyrie that I'm putting over here, because that would be pretty dope, and it would really make the Hearthband attachment come to life. Reckon we'll get, my guess, jump packs and the Earthshaker gun I heard about. Yes. There's also that character. So the, who is he? The Excavator or whatever his name was. So let's put him in over here somewhere. Character Excavate, whatever his name was, the Arc Excavator. Okay, they said something about Kurt Williams with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, Kurt. I really appreciate that, man. It's super kind of you. Very, very kind. It goes towards the mental sanity for the therapy I'm going to seek after this stream because of how much hair I inhaled with this beard. What's up? Yes, Keanu Reeves in the chat. What's happening? What is up, man? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. The groovy jump packs. Yeah, I think, did I put jump packs? Yeah, I put jump packs here. A second battle line choice. Yeah, that would be great. Second battle line. I'm thinking like, you know, the dwarf equivalent of, I was going to say miners, but we kind of already have that with our current battle line because they literally have pickaxes. Who was it? I think it was Jordan who said there's going to be like, he's theorizing there's going to be, oh man, Chthonian sappers. I think that could probably be it. A third kill team. No, please. No more kill team. Artillery. There we go, chat. Let's see. More options with Ironmaster Grimnir. That's given with some of what's been listed. Yeah. More epics. Yeah, named character. Maybe. Named character could be cool. I think it's going to be like a sub build for this. Like a named character. Someone to lead the bikes. I actually don't think we're going to get one to lead the bikes. Torrent weapon. Yeah, dude, we need torrent weapon. I think it's going to be on our dreadnought. I think it'll be on our dreadnought. Cal Grimnir, torrent weapon. Yeah, torrent weapons are so long overdue. Oh my god. It's so funny because we always don't have rules that other people have, and then when we do get them, we get them after the game has balanced them and fixed them. So it's always like that. Like 3-inch deep strike, everybody has it except for us. We get our Grotmans detachment, and it's like right at the time where they patch it game wide and say no more 3-inch deep strike, it's going to be 6 inches instead, of course. And then I feel like with Overwatch as well, it's like, you can't reroll hits anymore for Overwatch. Now we're going to get something that's like really good at overwatching and theoretically could have rerolled hits. Kin as in robots, an actual unit that's all robots. Oh, okay. So like a squad of like drone ecogs. I don't know if we'd get that. And I kind of hope we don't. I feel like I'd be a little disappointed if it was just the robots. I think like, I like that they lean into the golem aspect. But I feel like if they give us like an ecog type unit aesthetically, it'll be the Dreadnought. Cal can join the Zergs. Oh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. And hopefully his token applies in the movement phase and not in the command phase, because that's annoying. 60 viewers. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So what time is it? We got, 24 minutes until the stream, and we still have some boxes to fill out over here. Ironkin character. That's a spicy pick. An Ironkin character. Who do you think he would lead? Who do you think he would lead? An actual guy that's a medic to regrow dudes like everybody else. Yeah, again, same idea. Like, we're always so behind with getting the rules that everybody else has. Alright, so maybe that's what the excavator character does. Character riding some kind of beast. Okay, let's put a mounted unit. That's spicy. I like that. Mounted unit is pretty cool. Jaeger HQ. Like a lone op? I can see that. Like a lone op. HQ. Jaegers. There you go. Exo armor on bikes would be lovely. Yes. Actual snipers. Necromunda boarded over. Dwarf resurrection. We're Necrons! It's actually funny because I was considering starting a Necron army, and if we don't get any reveals, I held off on buying anything this whole month from Warhammer, and I'm like, I'm going to save my money because, theoretically, Votan drops next month. So this reveal show is gonna dictate a lot for me, because if there's no Votan, I'm going to start a Necron army, and if there are Votan, well, then that dream is dead, and long live the Votan. Greetings, fellowkin. Musica ex machina. What is up? What's happening? Either Ironkin, Captain of Thunderkin, or maybe a different heavy infantry. Heavy infantry is cool. I put the Valkyrie. I think we'll probably only get one heavy infantry, and I assume it'll be like an Embier unit. Grimnir detachment. What would you put into Grimnir detachment? That's pretty cool. Everybody gets lightning fingers. That'd be dope. I also have my book of grudges. My book.text of grudges. So hopefully we'll see if we could right some of these wrongs today, boys. Let's see if we could right the wrongs. I still have the 2024 reveal show that had no reveals, where it was supposed to be the Dwarves and they revealed nothing and said they're not revealing anything else for the rest of the year. And then I have GW declining a channel partnership, which made it on the book of grudges, unfortunately. But we'll see if we can right some of these wrongs today, or if maybe we get new entries on the list as well. I've been saving a fund just to buy 100% of anything that comes out. Yeah, same here. Absolutely, man. I am ready to go. If they drop some kind of dread, anything that looks good, it's like an instant 3x for me. Just 3 times. Boom. In the cart right away. I am so ready for this. Second transport. That's interesting. Not a lot of people have suggested another transport. I think I struggle to see. You know what? No, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that in because I think there's a world where we get some kind of like drill transport. Because I was gonna say, like, we already have a transport that scouts and holds 5 guys, and we have a land fortress that holds more than 5. But it's not a dedicated transport. Maybe we'll get something like akin to a drill, like a tunnel thing that gives you like a 6-inch deep strike, theoretically, and then you pop out of it. So I could see that. Let's do like a mining drill transport. I think that's dope. Ronnie, what's up? My boy Ronnie, ready for the big reveal? Shadizo's here as well. What's up, everybody? Kurt says a tank. Tank, 100%. I think there's going to be some kind of shooting platform. I put the vehicle here. No transport. I also think we're probably not going to get a third one, especially if we're only getting like, theoretically at most we'll get like 6 kits. Probably not another transport, but I'll put it in here anyway. More Votan novels. Yeah, more Votan novels. That would be pretty funny. Man, I tried to buy like a pickaxe. I wanted to have something to hold for the stream, but that's unfortunate. I couldn't find anything. I just have my coffee mug here with a picture of my cat on it instead. But not super dwarfy. More armor options. Infantry 3+. Big flying Ironkin, like the Iron Giant A Berserk character. That's it. Oh, I have it here. Berserk HQ. Yeah. That's good. Lone Op Pioneer. That might be the Excavator guys. I think we're going to get some kind of Lone Op. So we have here some kind of Dreadnought with Torrent weapons. I have here of course, no codex or reveals. Lone Op HQ. Something like a Jaeger. I got the Dwarfs for AOS. Character, Excavator, named unit. Missing one more thing. Mounted unit, Berserker HQ choice, free slot, vehicle or tank, a gyrocopter, mortar team. Second battle line, a jump pack unit, which this, like, if they don't give us a jump pack unit, like, what are they holding out on? They already have the sculpt. It's existed for 3 years now. Mining, drill, transport. Could be cool. And this is my personal, oh my god, I hope we get this. The Valkyrie Hearthguard and the Dreadnought are like, you know, if we get that, I'm really happy. A Vect character, ooh, that'd be spicy. I suspect the chances are probably higher thematically that we get a CP generation character rather than a Vect character. Because I can see it working thematically where it's like, they're mining some kind of resource for you and you get that resource and it's like a CP, you know. More deep strike. Yeah, we do need more deep strike. Hopefully these Valkyrie Hearthguard with shields would be, oh, that'd be so good. Oathband fully incorporated into the army rule. I think it's going away, the army rule. I don't think they're going to announce it on the reveal stream, but I think the army rule's gone. I don't think we're going to have +1 to hit, +1 to wound anymore. I think it's fully going away. Thunder can redo. Don't tell Ronnie that. To warlocks like Eldari, where they are Lone Op or they are amplifiers. I could see that. I could definitely see them reworking the. I could see them reworking the Grimnir to be more of a utility piece. So like he basically was never used, right? Like all edition, except for at the very beginning when people were using them instead of very expensive warriors. So they were putting like one in a Sagittar. And like now that they fixed the ruling of the pairing with the drones, taking up transport spots, it's like, you know, now we finally can use him, but he still doesn't do that much outside of buffing the 5 warriors that he's going to be accompanied with. So, I don't know. Hopefully they do something to make some of these less appealing choices a little bit more viable and interesting to select. Why would they take our rule away? Because I genuinely think that, I have been saying this for a long time, I think they'll struggle, and we saw this with the Grotmus detachment. Our army rule restricts their ability to give us different viable detachments. That's the biggest issue, because our army rule isn't, our detachment rule, I should say, isn't a detachment buff. It's an army buff. It's a crutch. And we've seen this, right? Like, without the ability to give 4 tokens out at the start of the game for +1 to hit, +1 to wound, our win rate was like sub 30%. Or like around 30%. So that's not like, oh, Oathband is cool because I get +1 to hit, +1 to wound. It's like, no, I need to run Oathband to get +1 to hit, +1 to wound. So I think it just limits the design space, because what else are you gonna give detachments that will pull you away from reducing your or increasing your ballistic skill and weapon skill and chance to wound from from 4s to 3s, and your wounds from 5s or 4s to 3s or 2s theoretically. So I just think it limits your design space. I think it's bad rules design as well, that you need to you start at like this handicap that you then need to slowly gain like ramp on. I just don't really think it works. I would like to see them do something else with the tokens, like make us a BS3 army and have the tokens do. Somebody was telling me that in the 9th edition codex, I didn't play, so correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody was telling me in the 9th edition codex that the way it worked with the detachments was each one's judgment tokens did something different. And that's a brilliant idea. That's awesome. I don't know why they moved away from that. Oh my god. That was a big hair. I'm going to go puke all this up later for sure. And that would be a really interesting idea. Let's go, Pulp. Welcome to the stream. Let's go, man. Glad you got in on time to check it out. I think it's almost starting at 15 minutes. So that's why I think they're going to get rid of our rule. I just think it limits the design space. I've been playing the same list for a long while. I just want something to change it up for the better. I agree. I was only playing Votan since I started playing competitive in 10th. And it's like, you know, it's a great army. It's in a good spot. But after a while, you kind of get a little bit bored. So hopefully they give us some new toys to pick and choose from. I think they give us tokens to spend like pain tokens. Yeah, that could definitely be one avenue they go down. You have a set number that you get maybe as your opponent kills things or stands on objectives. They accrue more tokens natively, and then you can allocate these tokens out for different buffs. That'd be pretty cool if it's like, oh, this thing really needs to die that's out on this objective. You put like 3 tokens on it from your pool. It gives you like lethal, sustain, I don't know, something like that. Could be cool. 89 viewers. Oh my God, boys, thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody coming to watch the live stream. The reveals should be a really good time. And if it's not, then I got my handy book.txt of grudges ready to go. So let's see, I'm late. That's a grudging on me. Kalem, no grudge. You're right on time, man. Don't worry. Stream hasn't started yet. Well, this stream has started, but the reveal stream hasn't yet. In 9th, the tokens gave dev wounds, basically. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. Hopeful for the codex, me as well. Me as well. Attachments based off the guilds. I think that's a clear-cut choice. I think they should just look back at the 9th edition codex. It sounded like it was very flavorful, very rich in rules. I don't see why they wouldn't go back to that. Audio has started here. Ooh. Oh, I just realized I'm going to definitely have to put these headsets on to listen to the stream. Cool. Okay, I could hear it. Do you guys hear the audio from the stream? The summer stream here? From GW? Let me know in chat if you're able to hear it. It should be quite low. And if you hear it, then I'll just put it on mute for now. It's all hype. Let me know if you guys are able to hear the volume from your stream. There'll be some music playing. Yes, sir? Okay, fantastic. Great. I'll put it on mute for now. We got 12 more minutes. And then we'll see some reveals. The beard's probably going to come off halfway through this, I'll be honest with you guys, so forgive me. Still one more in box. Still one more box. Which one more box? Votan Knight unit. Whoa. Yeah, I hope we get a Dread. Like, my wish list is like Enforcer Dread, Drilling Platform, Valkyrie Hearthguard with shields that actually have like 4-up, -1 to wound, 3 wounds or something cool like that. Berserker Leader that gives them advance and charge, and jump packs, and a lone-op character. If I get that, like, it's like I won the lottery. But if I get some of that, I'll be very happy. there's Jordan. There's the Mad Kin himself. I work hard to get off work early today, and I find Matt LARPing. I needed you here, my Mad Kin. I needed those predictions. Jordan, I've left you one spot on the bingo table. What do you think is happening today? What is your choice? Let me know, Jordan. Can we get a you shall not pass? I need a stick. I have this lamp next to me. I don't want to smash it into the ceiling, though. I don't know if you see it. You shall not pass! Actually, that sounded more like Thorgrim saying they have wronged us. They have wronged us! Hopefully we don't say any of that today, and hopefully they have righted us, and we have righted the wrong. Cal on bike. I don't know if we're going to get a Cal on bike, dude. It's just, I can't picture... The footprint on that thing is massive. I don't know if they give us that, but that'll be really cool. Almost done with work. Hell yeah, man. I took the day off for this. I was like, I don't want to miss the stream. Usually they do it Thursday nights, I think, or was it Wednesday nights, the reveals? But whatever, it's nice. I could be a little bit louder now, so that's fine. The throngs are mustered. Yes, Total War. Oh my God, what a fantastic game. What a fantastic game. All right, is my phone already blowing up for the reveals? Yeah. Yeah, the boys are sprinting home to come watch the stream. Bring back the league rules. 104 viewers. Boys, thank you guys so much for all tuning in. Amazing. I really appreciate that. Hopefully it's a great reveal show and we get some awesome stuff. And we mustered all the throngs. Yeah, we did muster all the throngs. 106 loyal kin have joined the fray. We're still missing one thing. Jordan, that's your option? A jump pack character. Okay, so maybe instead of jump pack kin... Well, I have the jump pack here. Give me another one. We'll put this as jump pack unit or character. Give me one more and I'll put it here. Or Keanu, whoever does it first. Jordan or Keanu Reeves. Mad Ta with the hard eyes. You like what you see, Mad Ta? The humble kin, the white dwarf. I think we'll get a rock and a stone. You know what, man? I agree. I think we're going to get one rock. There's going to definitely be one rock on stream. And potentially one stone as well. Heavy artillery piece. Andre, the heavy artillery piece is in. We got, I think I put it in. Yeah, mortar. Mortar artillery. Go with a kin titan. New epic hero. Okay. All right. We got a few named characters here. Maybe I'll break this up. Because I feel like the excavator is going to be a named character dual kit. Zerker leader. Yeah, I think I got Zerker leader here from Ronnie putting that in. Yeah, Berserk HQ choice. Okay, we're going to put one rock, potentially one stone. If I see one rock on stream, we're checking this one off. All right, when is it starting? 8 minutes. Is anything else changed here? Oh man, wow, the chat's blowing up on the Warhammer stream. That's crazy. There's so much hype around this. Oh my god. What would be the worst possible thing they could reveal today on the stream? That would kill all the hype. What would be the absolute worst thing? Oh, rocket stone. All right, you know what? Let's put that. Someone will say rock and stone. That's what I'll put. Someone will say rock and stone. Someone will say rock and stone. What do you guys think is the worst possible reveal they could show us today? The worst announcement or reveal they could do that kills all their hype for this event? New faction. Oh, that would be really cool news. I don't know if that would ruin it for me. That'd be pretty good. If they make another Xenos faction. Oh. New Ultramarine Lieutenant would be the worst. Yeah, I think that would probably be pretty bad. If this... Oh my god. I know what it is. I think the worst thing they could do this stream is if it becomes... They reveal the Dwarfs, and then it becomes a Space Marine Codex 2 reveal. That would be the worst. That, in my opinion, that would be the worst. But, you know, I'm just a humble dwarf. You guys let me know. A third kill team would also kill all my hype. I'm so tired of them putting kits in kill team boxes and then selling it with terrain in another army, so you got to put like $200 up front for it. No more of that. Worthless strats. You think they're going to reveal? Oh my god, imagine that. They just reveal one strat and it's like the worst strat in the game. Only a named character that does nothing for us. Yeah. Part of my heart, in all honesty, is expecting just one character like the other armies got. I really hope it's not the case. But if it happens, then hey, I'm probably just going to start a Necron army. I hope they give us a Devastator type unit. That would be cool. I feel like that's what our Thunderkin are going to become. Like, if you think about it, like, think about their loadouts. If they buffed Conversion Beamers, they buffed the Twin Bolters. Like, the Twin Bolters, all they really needed was, like, extra AP, to be honest with you, and, like, a couple extra shots or something, right? Like, I think if it did that, or sustained hits, maybe it even has sustained hits, it needed more AP, or ignore cover, then that would actually be, like, a viable weapon. For 85 points, you get, like, you know, potentially, like, let's say they rework it a bit, it's like 12 shots, sustained hits 1, hitting on 3s, naturally, AP 2 damage. That's not bad for 85 points. So I think there's potential to, like, actually really rework Thunderkin to make some of the other weapon options more appealing. I suspect the one everybody uses now, the Graviton, is going to get severely nerfed, and we're going to have to play with other guns. That's why I modeled all of mine with the Conversion Beamer instead. I'm 90%, 80% confident it's a mortar/artillery team. I think that's coming. Ronnie, I've actually thought about the Krons. Yeah, dude, I think the Krons are really cool. I think they're very nice. There's some alignment with, I think, how Votan plays. It could play a very control-style game, which is similar to that. It could also be quite aggressive, which I know you like doing with your early moves and the Thunderkin plays. So I think they're cool. That's on my list for sure. Melta Hammers. Oh, don't say never, dude. The Valkyrie, the Hearthguard Valkyrie will come in with their shields and their Melta Hammers. Oh my god. My word. Life is getting into 40k with orcs, so if we get basically nothing, I have another army to switch to for flavor. Yeah, that's fair. I've been trying to get my girlfriend into AOS as well. I haven't started it yet, but hey, if she could and she's interested in one of the boxes, then it's like we get 2 boxes in the house, so that's pretty good. I went from Necrons to Votan. Yeah, I feel like all the Votan players are like Votan, Tau, Necrons. But listen, I got a controversial opinion because I finally got Tau on the table after collecting and building and painting them up for like 6 months. And I really didn't have that much fun with them. So, I don't know. Maybe I have to try them out again, but that was a little disappointing. You know, so I feel like I'm still back down to 1 army technically. Votan and Sisters are my 2 at the moment. Depending on the stream is going to decide what hole I dive into. Absolutely respectable. Now, the thing to consider is that even if we don't get many reveals, we're still getting a new codex, and hopefully that allows for different modes of play with the army, which would be really cool. I think the worst case scenario is they don't rework our army rule, and we don't get any characters, and basically everything is dead on arrival. That would be the worst case. That'd be terrible. Oh my god, 118 viewers. Guys, thank you so much for all tuning in. I really appreciate that. Let's get some hearts in chat. Hypercrypt is for you. Yeah, Hypercrypt is for me as well. That's the one that caught my eye, man. I know like the Star Shatter is a bit more control. I played against Star Shatter at a tournament, and I really liked it. I thought it was cool. They really help. They dictate where you can move on the table, and when you do, they punish you. So I really enjoyed that style of play. I think Necrons are dope. I went from Tau from the past 8 years to Votan. Man, what a change of life. Yeah, I could see why. I don't know, man. It just didn't click with me for Tau. I tried them a few times. I could not just get it to work. Oh, Hypercrypt. Sorry, that's the teleport one. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about Awakened Dynasty for myself. I like Awakened Dynasty and Star Shatter. My bad. My bad. Votan Battle Force. Dude, I hope it's like they put all the new models in a box. I don't want to have to buy 40 more warriors and 3 more bikes and a Sagittar. I got like almost everything. Just give me the individual boxes or give me a big box with all the new toys. That would be great. At least I won't have to buy the rumored combat patrol, which is 5 Hearthguard, Thunderkin, and a character or something like that. Because I got enough of those. I play Votan and Emperor's Children. They are very different and help me learn more about the game. Yep, for sure. I agree. That's a great benefit to having different playstyle armies. I was considering getting... I always am considering getting Blood Angels. I had started collecting them at one point. Let me just check the time. Oh my god, it's happening in 1 minute. But I can't play Space Marines because I already know that it's extremely profitable for GW and very bad for my wallet because they cycle things out every edition. All right. This should be starting in 1 minute. Let's lock in, boys. Let's do this. Oh. I'm just going to keep one ear out because I talk very loud and these are soundproof. People are speculating there's going to be salamanders. You know what? Oh, man. The way that this is all lit up does look kind of like salamander-esque. Also, you know like that image they showed in the teaser with the hats where everyone was like, oh, that's Votan because it was like an astronaut head? It kind of also looks like a coif that like Black Templars or Grey Knights would wear. So I'm a little bit nervous now. Let's turn the volume on here. They are late. It should have started. Time to brace my wallet. Yep, me too, man. That's why I haven't bought anything. I'm just waiting. I've got a nice pile stashed up ready to go for this. Don't forget to unmute. Should be good now. Let me know. Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are
Oh.
very excited to welcome you today to the big
Live.
Summer Warhammer preview. My name is Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles, and it is our delight to host this show.
Yeah, very exciting. We have a big preview today.
There's
There's
a
a
lot
lot,
going on.
of
with
stuff.
the,
There's a lot
with
of
the green
Warhammer. We've got
screen.
stuff from all sorts of different settings, from Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, some Horus Heresy in the mix there as well. There's a little bit of something for everybody, it's fair to say.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
the green
Let's
screen's
talk
a
about how
little
it's going to work a
glitchy.
little bit. If you're new, maybe this
Hazard
is the first Warhammer
stripes.
preview you joined in. We are your hosts, but we are not alone. We have the excellent Simon Grant
Huff the
over there
copium.
in Question Corner. Simon, what are you doing today?
Hey folks, welcome to the show. I'm going to be fielding questions on behalf
Oh, he's got a
of Eddie and
Votan
Adam.
shirt. He's
So
got a
if you do have
Votan
any
shirt.
questions
He has a
that you'd like to
Votan
ask
shirt
them,
on.
Please start your question with question in big letters, capital letters at the start.
It's
of the
happening.
comments, and I will do my best to track them, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity later on the show to ask Eddie and Adam those questions.
Nick Blackburn.
Perfect, thanks,
Yeah,
Simon.
welcome, Nick.
We're going to be taking some
Glad you could
breaks
join us,
throughout
man.
the
I'm
football
really
season
excited for this.
to
I
try
hope we
and
get
field a
some
few of
new
those
stuff.
questions. We have a lot of content
Thanks for
to
tuning
cover
in.
off. We think we're going to be here for between an hour and 90 minutes if we go fast. So bear with us and we'll do our best. We're aware the chat is still filling
Did
up.
you
There's
guys see
people
the
flooding
dwarf
in from
shirt?
around
He
the
had the
world.
dwarf shirt.
So the first thing I'd like to do is throw a question out there, maybe get you involved, which is let us know where in the world you're from. I do it every time and I always enjoy the answer. And while you start
Let's see how much dwarves are going to cost me in the near future.
I've got a question
You
for
and me
Have you
both,
done
brother.
any hobby lately?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Adam.
At work, watching with the sound off. I'll be watching for magic
started-
stuff to
I
change.
I did.
Oh yeah, I'm going
and
to try
I
to
did.
make my,
So
my
I've got,
eyebrows as
white
emotive as
scars on my
possible.
table at the moment, got them all sprayed up, and I've started painting a jet bike, but using some of the Horus Heresy.
White
transfer on the
dwarf,
side, so it looks
white
very
dwarf on the
nice.
shirt of the
Look forward to getting
caster.
some of those done. I've also
Another
got some
omen.
Space Wolves. Bought the new Space Wolf box. Like a lot of people,
Oh, these
very
are-
excited by the new Space Wolf army as well.
Very, even as a Dark
It's a
Angels
lovely,
fan, that is
it's a lovely, lovely
extremely
box. I
tempting.
think that has brought a lot of
Their
people to
mics look like
Defenders.
mass hammers.
How about yourself? Have been doing any?
Well,
Well
I'm
done,
glad you
confirmed.
asked. The short answer is yes. I bought myself some new a new kill team. I went for the Hernkin yesterday.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to have a crack at that. I've not really painted.
Stop
kill teams
teasing
yet.
us. Show us the
Always used to
models.
for my main army. The other thing, it's only went to the Throne of Skulls with my good friend Damien O'Byrne, and we brought home a gold medal, which was super fun to play so many games of the Middle-earth strategy battle game together with so many lovely.
90 minutes. They're
Huge
going to
shout
stretch
out.
this
I met
out.
a
They're going to
father and
stretch
son
this
who
out
flew
for the
all the
ad
way across
revenue.
to
You
join in
already
from the
know.
US, and they're now hiking, backpacking around the
Another
mountains
dwarven
somewhere
tit
in
Unexpected
trick.
journey.
Literally
Short.
tremendous. So I hope you get to tune in wherever you are.
So
it
much
was really fun.
teasing. That is
Thanks to
how
my
GW
opponents who played
operates.
and then thought I
It's all
wasn't
hype.
Such a horrible person to play against. Always nice.
They're edging us hard.
So, Si, where are people from?
Are you locked in,
All over the
Saturn?
place. It's wonderful. So we've got folks from Australia, Canada, USA, Spain, pretty much all over the globe. Someone's claiming they're even from
Oh, he's got the
Canada.
Votan
No,
shirt.
all
It's
the truth of
happening,
that.
boys. I'm looking in the background
Only
for
the very
everything.
best among
Something's
us
going to get
could possibly
leaked.
come
They made a
from such an
mistake.
Estimable place. Awesome. Right. So, as I said before, we've got about 90 minutes worth of like wall-to-wall Warhammer.
They're going to
content
fluff
in
us
this
for a
big
solid
Warhammer
5 minutes.
preview.
Oh, yeah. And there's going to be the lore dump
Probably look to
between every
begin.
Yeah, let's
war
get stuck
cry
into it.
model they
Right,
reveal.
so,
That's 20 minutes.
Raph, punch the first video.
So just before we go in, the new guy, he's a little bit peculiar, but just bear with, okay?
Okay, cool.
What's happening? Oh, it's happening! It's happening! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, look at that! Holy shit! Oh my god! I'm ruined. I'm financially ruined.
Dudes on a road trip.
Oh my god.
What an incredible
Oh
set
my
of reveals
god!
for the
Did you
Leagues
guys
of
see
Votan.
that?
Yeah, so this is the largest release for the Leagues of Votan since the initial release of the army. This is a huge expansion, all in plastic for that force. There is new heavy infantry, there's some new artillery, there's loads of new really characterful characters to add into the army, there's some new vehicles, all sorts of
Those
stuff.
characters look
there's,
insane.
the
Oh
kind
my
of
god,
shot
and
of
the
full army there, but
vehicles?
let's take a closer look at some of the specific models, specific units being added into the force. We'll start with
That guy
the
looks like me
Arcanist
right now.
Evaluator.
Yeah, so within the Leagues of Votan, they're not afraid of developing technology and expanding their understanding. And so an Arcanist Evaluator It's
I'll
kind
never
of,
recover from this.
Aside from the ordinary kin within sort of the war bands that operate, he's a member of the science guilds that are responsible for new technology.
This guy's face looks a
Brings
little
to
wacky.
battle,
I don't know. Maybe his helmet
experimental
on.
weapons, sort of closing phases of development. This is a transmatter inverter.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, it's got 4 fire modes, and on the highest
Right out the
one,
gate,
literally
they show it
triggers,
right out the
little
gate. Dude, the
atomic
Sagittarius
transformations. What
hovercraft
that
looks
means
so good.
is death.
Oh my god.
So he's taken out his new experimental weapon basically to the battlefield to see if it is, as he suspects, powerful enough to melt Space
Oh
Marines,
my
tanks, or
lord.
Tyranid monsters, whatever he happens to come up against.
Pretty much yes to the
Pretty
above.
much yes to all of the above.
This is
He's
probably
not
the
part of
weakest one in my
official sort
opinion
of
that they showed
Leagues
from
of
models.
Votan
I'm not
military
crazy big on
hierarchy,
it. It
so he
doesn't
join your
fit
units
the
necessarily, but
style
he kind
for
of
me
hangs around in your army
personally.
next to them.
Yeah.
And he's got
Everything else
kind of
looks 10 out of 10.
ability of
This
your infantry, that sort of
something
thing.
feels a little off
But
about
a
this
very
one.
useful characterful little model to add into your Leagues of Votan force, and a nice way of kind of showing the some of the kind of lore and culture of the army as well, of the Leagues of Votan.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a glimpse behind the sort of the curtain.
He's got the
You can see
anime
some really
face.
cool
Yeah,
things.
there's
Sort
something
of
off
key
about
into
this
that.
one.
His
I'm not
optics
100%
on
sold.
his weapon. You can almost imagine sort of recording the data from the results.
That's a very cool head as well, kind of mad scientist vibe going on.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, there's a separate, a different head that you can.
Dr. Robokin, yeah.
Safety protocols, and
Absolutely.
that's the way to go. Next up, my absolute standout favourite.
This looks amazing. Oh my god, this is 10 out of 10.
Buy some Leagues of Votan models for myself. The Memnir Strategist. He is an Ironkin. Those of you who are fans of the League of Votan will understand that the Ironkin are.
Am I crazy, or just the art
not
direction
their
going a
mind,
little
but
bit more
they're
grimdark now
artificial
with the kin?
intelligences which they hold an equal position within Votan society. There's a CU unit inside of each of them, and that's sort of within that iron dome that is normally his head. The first really cool thing about this model is that you see the little noodly things that are on, in the Imperium you call them mechadendrites, right? These cables that come out of him. Each of those is an additional CU unit, so he is the combined intelligence of multiple Ironkin, essentially, and he uses that to enormous effect in terms of strategy and tactics on the battlefield directly.
Okay, I guess this guy
efforts of the
attaches to
kin
the
around him.
robot infantry.
It keys into a rule as well, which is known as yield points, which we'll talk a little bit more about
Yield
later.
points, new rules,
and
let's
most
go.
importantly, he looks amazing.
It's a very, very cool miniature, isn't it? Really characterful. It's, I think also got some spare arms on the front there, which is holding on to
bonus
his
arms.
holding onto his little data pad. He's
This is a
tapping
10
away
out of
on there,
10. They knocked this
giving
one out of the
orders to all
park.
the various kin and Leagues of Votan units.
10
across
out
the
of 10
battlefield.
model.
And his main pair of arms he's used to sort of hold in his contemplative states, which is the exact pose that I have when I'm considering my movement.
Feels very
phase.
anime.
40,000.
And if you want to dazzle your friends with some knowledge, the array he's got on his back is called a cognitar mantle, and that's where he gets like his extra brain
Cognitar, yeah.
power.
This feels like anime.
Really sensational.
Really, really nice
Speaking
model.
of Ironkin, these are a new unit.
These guys are
Ironkin.
cute.
They are called the Steeljacks. Two
they're
types of
kinda
model
cool.
in one name.
I wasn't
Eddie, what's the
expecting
story?
this, but they're
Yeah, so
really
this
cool.
is the Ironkin. Steeljacks, they are a specialist war, kind of more warrior type of Ironkin. A lot of the Ironkin are fairly sort of helpful. They're kind of
they
default.
fill normal
yeah,
civilian roles in
their
society.
Default state is a sort of friendly, affable helpers for the Leagues of Votan.
I'm like
Kin.
half-half
These are a
on
much
these.
more warlike programming.
I
so
like them,
They
but
march out actively
I
into battle,
don't know.
seeking conflict. They are in very large suits of armor, so they stand kind of almost
They're
twice
really
the height
tall.
of a kin or a League of Votan warrior, and they have got some pretty decent.
No, I like
weaponry
them.
as well.
Actually, I'm
You can
sold on this.
Kit
I
them
like
out in a
them.
variety of different ways. You can either go
This one's
combat
cool.
leaning. This is
The
an example
shotgun.
there,
Look at that shotgun.
where you can have like concussion fists and bolt guns, or you can go with a ranged option. In game terms, they work a little bit like Wraithguard, I suppose, is the closest approximate. So very durable unit. Quite powerful weaponry, very good for doing things like moving on to an objective and trying to hold on to it and fighting off enemy counterattacks, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, in real terms, heavily armed, heavily armoured, extremely dangerous unit. You can see the leader in the squad, as you've looked at these pictures, by the Primarch crest, which sort of rises above his head. There we are in the background.
So we're
He's
keeping
got a
our
plasma
crest
sword
mechanic,
down the
that's
front, got a
cool.
concussion fist. Great new addition to the
Primaris kin, yeah, already with the scale
We're
creep.
not done.
Right
There's
out the
more.
gate.
These
Wraithguard,
Chthonian
-1 damage, 4
Earthshaker
wounds. Yeah, that'd be
channels
pretty
some
nuts. These
really
guys are
strong
crazy
energy
too.
from that sort of rogue trader era. Do you remember mole mortars for squat
Very
armies?
well, yes.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
These are sort of inverse artillery in that rather than lobbing a shot high above the enemy, they fire those mole shells that you can see down at the bottom deep into the ground. they burrow in on the enemy and emerge in a trench line, in a bunker, and just blow everyone to kingdom come.
This looks so
Each
good.
one of these is a really lovely sort of diorama in their own right as well. So you can see the kin there working with the Ironkin.
Where's
loading up
Jordan?
the
Oh my God,
artillery.
Jordan's gonna have a heart
You
attack.
can see one of them there with his little scanner, almost directing the mole as it kind of buries underground towards the enemy fortifications. Obviously, it's a powerful piece in game. You've got all sorts of nice kind of ways that this will bolster your Leagues of Votan force, which at the moment maybe doesn't have a huge amount of very long range artillery.
This is, oh my God,
yeah,
they're
I
going to
think
play
it's a great
exactly like
kit.
Dwarves are supposed to play in
Speaking
fantasy.
of
I
the
love
bigger
this.
models
You
that
just
are
hammer
inside
them
this
with
launch,
artillery.
we have the
This
Capricus. So the Capricus is one of those kits that makes
6 of
two
these
things.
instantly in the
You
cart.
can see here the Capricus Defender. We'll show you the Capricus Carrier in a minute. Essentially, it is either a sort of attack vehicle for the Hernkin, or it's a transport vehicle. They've got so this is the carrier, so it's
Interesting,
a smaller
it's a
gun.
transport.
It's got less other weapons on it, and you can see the stowage bag for the crew that will ride in the back. Whichever you take, essentially this is enabling your Hernkin to get around from A to B and hold the ground that they're taking.
Yeah, so it adds a bit of a mobility into your Leagues of Votan force. Carries 5
they
models,
went
so
with
it works a
this.
little bit like the other kind of Leagues of Votan transports, where you pick one of your units, it can split into 2 groups of 5. 5 of them can ride around in one of these. If you've got 2 of the transports, you can obviously ride them around in 2 of the transports. And as you say, Adam, you can choose between either having the transport option, or you can just have all the guns and have a fast-moving fire support unit.
Yeah.
Why do I
really
suspect our
this is what made me
Sagittars are
march
losing
off to,
Scout, and
Warhammer
this will get
yesterday
Scout
and buy the
instead?
There's some really lovely little touches on this. The stowage bags are really nice at the back. I like that you can build this with 2 Ironkin as well. So if you want
Yes,
an Ironkin
yeah.
pilot and an Ironkin gunner, you can build them like that. Fans of Ironkin generally, there is a lot of Ironkin.
Splits
Yeah, you've done
Jaegers.
quite well.
Leagues of
Oh,
Votan
damn.
release.
I missed that. That's pretty good.
There's also a new combat patrol for the Leagues of Votan on the way. We're all familiar with combat patrols if we're familiar with Warhammer
Okay,
40,000.
I don't have to buy
If you're
this.
new, let
I
me
have
explain what
these,
they
that's
do.
good.
It's a fantastic
Save
way
some
to
money
start
there.
an army. Or to bolster an army if you've already got one. This one really focuses on those sort of kin bands that make up the mainstay of the force. You've got the Thunderers in the background, the Hearth Guard in the middle. It's just wonderful ingredients to bulk out a force.
Yeah, there's some really useful units in there as well. Like, you don't tend to see a League of Votan army that doesn't have all of those units
Yeah,
in.
there's no wastage there,
So
right?
it's all good stuff. A couple of boxes of these, and then a couple
It
of
is a
new
very good
units, and
combat
you've
patrol.
got an army
You're
basically.
away. Yeah, absolutely so.
Yeah, I agree. It is a good combat patrol.
Now, on to, for many people,
I didn't even see this guy. What?
I expected the main event of this release. This is Buri Aegnirssen. Eddie?
So Buri Aegnirssen is the last survivor of a Leagues of Votan clan, which has been consumed by the encroaching Tyrannid menace. He is known as the Thrice Devoured. A Tyrannid monster has actually eaten this guy, but that wasn't enough to keep him down. He clawed his way out of its gullet, climbed his way back out to safety 3 times, apparently, and now goes across the galaxy, across the kin warbands as a roving Tyrannid killing specialist.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty badass. I don't love the
in terms of
Tyrannid
specialist,
piece on
he
him,
is
but
an
it's pretty
absolutely
badass.
Elite combat unit. He's equipped with that Dark Star glaive, which you see there, which is
Christ, the
Bane.
worst.
He's pure violence in melee form.
I think you're going to get a lot of this guy.
He's
in
one with the
army because
berserks.
his
100% he
rules are
leads the
very good.
berserks.
He is
100%.
He's got a great combat stat line, but he's also a lone operative. So you can imagine this
He's
guy
lone op.
advancing either on his own or alongside, kind of behind
Lone
your forces,
op,
and
melee
swooping in on
character,
the big
let's
enemy
go.
monsters and stuff that get forward to threaten your battle line.
Yeah, and his lore really comes into it. So he's a member of, well, he's the only member now of an organisation called the Emberg Aegnir Block, which is one of the Leagues of Votan. Literally wiped out down to the very last kin, which is this guy. And so he's so bitter, his whole life is devoted now to just hunting down the Tyrannid menace and supporting other leagues to stop the same thing happening to them. And you see that played
Guys,
out.
Lone
in his
Op
model.
is huge.
He's got
Lone Op is
this sort
massive.
of belt buckle, which very much looks like he's sort of taken some affectations from the Tyrannids. He's got what looks like, we've been having quite a discussion about this, a Tyrannid Prime sort of cadaver.
I think it's a
over his
Tyrannid
head.
Prime that he's got over the top of his head.
Yeah.
There's a nice little nod in this model as well to there's like the idea at some point that the squats were eaten by the Tyrannids.
Yeah, absolutely. We
And
used to-
this guy kind of goes, well, yeah, they were eaten by the Tyrannids, but also they clawed their way out again. So there is a
Absolutely.
little bit of truth to that sort
That's
of
pretty cool.
that outdated understanding maybe of what happened to that faction.
Fantastic.
Interesting
And all
codex
this
art that he's on the
obviously
front
supported
cover,
with
okay.
Codex Leagues of Votan,
Okay,
an
okay.
all-new codex for Warhammer 40,000, which contains. I've had quite a while to read this week. It's just full of spankingly good lore. It's got great rules and art. It explains all of the new things, obviously. In terms of the rules, there's too much to go into in any real detail here, but a thing to cover would be those yield points, which is the sort of army-wide mechanic which underpins them.
Absolutely, yeah. So yield points effectively changes the way your army works over the course of the game, and it works in the way that the Leagues of Votan approach acquisition effectively. So early on in the game, when you haven't got very many yield points, you're getting bonuses for attacking enemy units on objectives for the most part across your army. And then later on, once you've acquired yield points, you get bonuses for having your own units on objectives. So they get better at defending them,
Very
better
interesting.
bonuses for their own defense, that sort of
Very
thing.
interesting
So it encourages
direction.
you to play in that very sort of acquisition-focused way that the Leagues of Votan work.
And it's a really great mechanic, right? Because it's exactly how you win games of Warhammer 40,000. Early on, you kick people off objectives. Later on, you hold on to the objectives. So
That's
it's
very
some of the
interesting.
new units that we've shown and some of the units that already exist in the Votan army now have rules that key into that. For example, the Memnir Strategist just lets you increase or decrease your yield score by 1 each turn.
Yeah.
So really sort of thoughtfully put in so that this guy who's overseeing the total sort of tactical function of your army can just go nudge and help you out.
Yeah.
We should show some of the models.
Let's do it, yeah.
So we've got some in front of us. We're very lucky to be allowed to put our paws on
The
Ironkin
Ironkin one is so good.
There'll be some
looks
a bit
amazing.
Of sort of scale comparison here, but here you can see this is the Arcanist, and then you've got the Memnir. They're like normal Votan sized, so any kin is about the same sort of proportion as those.
These guys are
Here
so
you can
cool.
see just how sort of
They're so
much
funny
bigger,
looking. I love them.
the Steeljacks are. I think your comparison that you made to compare them to Wraithguard is really quite fair.
Yeah, they're about the same size as a Wraithguard. It's kind of in that ballpark of kind of medium heavy
oh my God,
infantry.
the mole launcher
this is the
looks
new artillery
like
piece.
so good.
It's maybe not like as big as something like an Imperial Guard tank or something like that, but
It's amazing.
compact, mobile, that sort of thing, fitting in with the aesthetic of the rest of the Leagues of Votan. You can sort of imagine it starting life as a piece of mining equipment, and they've sort of evolved it into a weapon.
You can definitely
Bingo.
see sort of some of those origins. I just want to draw some attention
Keanu
to some
Reeves
of the
got
super
bingo.
cool bits on it. This guy here, you can see over his shoulder, he's got like a data slate. You've got this sort of, I don't know, like loading hatch that you can
They are
more
quite
open
small.
or closed. On this side, you've got a case which has more of the shells. You get spare shells to put on their own bases. It's just a really thoughtfully designed and very exciting kit.
You reckon we pay for
so,
one
we should
more
show
one?
more
It's
though,
probably
because
a
this is
kit
by no
of
means
two,
the
is
end
my
of it.
guess. Like
Absolutely,
Imperial
we've got
Guard.
the Capricus here. So
This
make some
is
space on the
so
table
sick.
have
I
a look at
love
guy.
this transport.
So this is your new.
It's a deconstructed
Your new vehicle.
Sagittar with
This
bikes.
is the
bike parts
Defender
attached to
pattern,
it.
which is the gun version. And as you can see there, there's a little bit of space.
Oh my God,
quite
this
enough
is
space for
literally like our
transport on this
Blade
one,
Guard.
but
It's an
there is one which is a
impulsor with
transport
Blade Guard.
vehicle. But I really like the Ironkin
So
on this.
cool.
It's actually,
He's got like a tiny little chair.
He's quite small, yeah, because they wouldn't fit a full-sized kin in there, so they've given him a little tiny Ironkin, actually perfectly designed for the role.
Sam
Absolutely.
P.
And I guess the star of the show himself in many
There he
ways.
is.
Aegnirssen.
You missed
So
the
thri-
reveals,
the
man.
thrice devoured there. He's still kind of kin-sized, but you can have a look on this
All our
model here
cows
that
standing
so
on the
much
same
of him
rock.
is now bionic, right? So he's been chewed up and
His
Make a
fingers that do
different
it.
rock.
yeah, chewed up
Really
and
cool.
spat out so many times that like his arm, bits of his arms, there, most of his face, perhaps a kind of unspecified amount of his body has probably been dissolved by horrible Tyranid bioacid in their stomach and things.
There's no way the
but
big
he's still
robots
kicking.
fit in there. Oh,
And it
I
also
hope it's
shows
not just for the
how
Jaegers,
durable the
man.
kin are, right? So they're specially designed by their Votan to be durable, to endure kind of the most hostile conditions, and he's a good example of how that's kind of manifesting.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? I think we've covered the league.
My hammer
pretty
is hard.
thoroughly, right?
Yeah.
Before
This
we
is a massive
move
reveal.
on,
This
we're
was
going to go to the
right
old
out
one
the
next.
gate. I'm
A
happy
couple
you
of
got it
sort
right out of the
housekeeping
gate so I
bits.
could take
The
off
first
this
one would be,
mask.
we're going to return to the 41st Millennium at the end of the preview. So particularly if you like Kill Team, but also there's some other things for other factions as well. Do hang around if you
Insane.
like Warhammer
Insane
40,000. The
reveal.
other thing I would say is that lots of the people who mentioned that they were joining us from around the world, you can interact with our social teams. We have sort of international social teams that manage our
The new
our
truck would
various
definitely
sort
have
of,
firing
social
deck,
media
for
places.
sure.
Here they are. If you want
I
to,
mean, I don't
sort of
know.
get involved
Obviously, I
in
don't have the
conversation
rules,
in,
but
the
it looks
language
like it
which
would have
suits you,
firing. Like it
go
aligns
knock
with
yourself out.
what we see with the
They're really
AdMech
lovely people.
transport.
They're really engaged
visually.
and want to, you know,
The
sort of make sure
impulsor
that
as
you get
well.
to hear about Warhammer in the language that suits you. So
Yeah, robots definitely
and
have
if you
the exo armor
speak
size, for
English
sure.
or you're willing to take a pot shot at it, these are our socials as well. So please come.
No
and join
jump
the
packs. You're
conversation.
right. I can't believe like
Right.
that to me
Time
is
for
so
a little
weird that
bit
they still
of
haven't given us jump packs.
Let's do it.
So first up, we have brand new units for the Tomb Kings of Khemri. This is a new multi-part plastic kit that makes the Royal Heralds. The easiest way to describe these is that you have a battle.
They're saving Chorfs for the end. They're saving Chorfs for the very end because they know more people are going to come in for that. So, I'm surprised they started off with the Leagues of Votan. But, oh my god, that was amazing.
Stick it on the horse guy if you fancy
I need to
him,
see.
like,
Did we
standing
get
around in one
bingo?
of your big regiments of Skeleton Warriors or Tomb Guard, then go for the on-foot version. There's some options in terms of head
I don't think I got
as
bingo.
well. Battle Standard Bearers are key to Warhammer
Order Team
armies,
Berserk,
so if you
Valkyrie,
play the old
nope.
world, you'll know.
Yeah, I love this battle
Mining
standard,
Drill,
that kind of
nope.
weird Scorpion. Both the paint scheme and the model
Nope.
itself are very cool. As you say, this is multi-part as well, so you
I
can
didn't get
swap and
bingo.
change if you want the faster one. If you've got lots of
So
chariots or
unfortunate.
something in your army,
Yeah.
you can mix them
It's
in.
very close.
I would imagine there's a fair bit of
But this is a big
customizability
win.
between this kit and some of the
This is
other
a big
Tomb
win.
Kingy bits as
I
well.
wanna find
not
pictures
just
of these
within this kit
guys.
itself, but also I think
Do a little
things
bit of a
like
deeper
the,
dive.
Tomb Guard, for example. So this isn't the only new plastic kit coming for the Tomb
Oh, yeah,
Kings of
Reddit's
Khemri. We
already
also
on
have
it.
the Leech Priests, who are fundamental
Let me pull
to
this
the
up for you
workings,
guys, hold on.
literally, of the Tomb Kings.
Yeah, you absolutely need Lich Priests in your army if you've got a Tomb King's army. Your army only woke up because you had Lich Priests.
Alright, we're gonna do this one for a bit. Good heavens! Yeah, these look so good. These look so good. I am surprised that the golems that they have borrow pretty heavily from the aesthetic and the pose, I would say, of all the other kits combined. Like, if you look at this looks like a Thunderkin. If you look at this, it looks like a Hearthkin Warrior. And if you look at this, it looks like a Hearthguard. So I think it's quite interesting. This is a very diverse kit range, I think, in terms of what it builds. So I'm curious to see how many different versions of loadouts they have and how many of these we're going to have to buy. This guy is a standout piece. Absolutely love it. This guy here, he's cool. His lore is interesting. He's eaten 3 times by Tyranids. That's pretty cool. Did they not mention the release? No, they haven't mentioned the release. They did mention the codex. They are changing the army rule completely. So it's going to be no more grudge tokens. Instead, you accrue these other forms of tokens yourself during the course of the game for killing opponents on objectives and you yourself standing on the objective. And then you could distribute these tokens to increase your efficiency versus enemies or increase your defensive stats, which I think is pretty cool. What do you guys think? Let's go through each one. So does this cover? This is sick. This is a good pick. I'm happy they opened up with it right away. Why is it glitching out here when I try to see the picture in the middle? Is it on the Warcom site? Where can I see these reveals? Here they are. This is better. All right. Oh, yeah. This is perfect. All right. First guy. What do we think about this one, boys? I'll be honest. Like, the rules are amazing. We desperately needed a lone op, especially a melee beat stick lone op. I think his lore is pretty cool. Aesthetically, I'm like a 6 or a 5 on this one. I'm never a big fan of having other army bits on my models because it kind of kills kind of the head lore you have for your army. Like, why would this one guy be united with the rest of the clans fighting? But I still think he looks dope. Very much like a scavenger dwarf who's been through a lot, literally. Oh yeah, you think he's the best one out of the bunch? I think they said he's a lone op. He visually looks like he'd be leading Berserks. I think he's pretty cool. He has like a very anime style to him, which is dope. I'm just excited for the deep lore. Will work great with my nids, yeah, for sure. He's the mad kin. He really is the mad kin. So what are we thinking? Like, it seems like everybody really loves this guy. So maybe I'm a bit too harsh on him. 8 or 9 on 10. Let's see if we're missing anything else here. Not yet. Oh, I didn't see this. On a 2-up, he just gets back up again. Nice. The Dark Star Glaive of prodigious power, but his most obvious identifier is the skull attorney as a trophy. He's hard to kill. First time he falls on a 2-up, he gets back up again. That's pretty dope. I should probably read. Maybe they sprinkle in some more rules here. I'm excited for more tact. This literally looks like the same one the other kin's on. The other Cal. Buri carries Bane. Alright, Arcanist Evaluator. This one to me is a miss. I'm not a fan of how the model looks. What do you guys think about this one? They botched the face. The helmet looks cool. I like the helmet from the side. From the front, it looks too much like Necromunda. From the side, it looks pretty dope. I just don't find it fits the aesthetic of the rest of the army. Like, obviously this gun does. But I don't really find it matches like the space punk, you know? This guy really does look like Necromunda. Maybe he was supposed to be for Necromunda and they're like, let's give him to the Warhammer lot, the 40k boys. 4 on 10. Yeah, the paint scheme makes him look not Votan. I agree. Yeah. This is going to be a kit bash for sure. Paint the eyes as mechanical. Yeah, I'm going to do my red glowy eyes for my dark iron dwarves. The weapon's pretty cool. They did a good job modeling this. Like the electricity coming out from everywhere. The helmet's sick too. You can see here there's even the creases of kind of like the material being suctioned so that it's airtight. He's equipped with a transmatter inverter, a weapon that unleashes deadly energies to rupture tissue at a cellular level. So what is that? Like 2 attacks at strength 4, AP 1 damage. It's got 3 firebolts. Okay, never mind. And at its most extreme, it can trigger lethal atomic transformations. That's an interesting note to end it off on. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, this one for me is like a 3 or a 4 on 10 visually. I'd say this one is like, he's cool. He is objectively cool. I'm going to give this guy like a 6 or a 7 for me. I know a lot of people seem to like him. I think there's aspects to really like. I'm just not a fan that he's so hard-coded in the lore as being the Tyranid guy. So I'm going to give him a 6 on 10 for me personally. This one, I'm not messing with it too much. I think this pick here is the best one. I'm going to give him a 4 on 10. The helmet's really cool. I like this one. It just doesn't look like it fits the aesthetic of the rest of the kin. Anyway, this is where the fun begins. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love this model. It's like Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man. That's what it reminds me of. The Mimir Strategist, the first Ironkin character we've seen for the Leagues of Votan, a cunning individual with steepled fingers and strange floating tethers. Carries a gun, but this is not the main reason to include it in your army. Am I missing Dwarfs? No. Sorry guys, we're missing some of the reveal stream, but I'm not too big on everything else until we get to the Dwarfs. These do look pretty cool. No, the plan is to assign... Wait, it carries a gun, but this is not the main reason to include it in your army. No, the plan is to assign it to a unit of Steeljacks and use its Cognitar mantle to glorious effect. Allows it to link additional cerebral units which will multiply cognitive power. This allows you to fire Overwatch or make heroic interventions for free each battle round and gain or spend yield points when you're near objectives. Okay, so this is like the Thousand Suns robots. Pretty cool. Okay. So he links up with the other robots and they can all fire over. Well, one of them could fire Overwatch for free. Pretty cool. We got our Overwatch unit. I wonder if these guys have a flamer. This is a 10 out of 10 for me, by the way, visually, the model. These guys, I like these guys a lot, actually. At first, I was a little bit put off by their weird form. It reminded me too much of the Thousand Suns models, but they're cool. I really like them, actually. They've grown on me in the 3 seconds I've looked at them. I like the shotguns. Steeljacks are a unit of Ironkin equipped with heavy-duty bodies and equally heavy weapons. They have been blessed by the Votan with innate martial talents and allowing them to anchor an entire battle line, shrugging off... Okay, so they need to have some pretty hefty defensive stats, like toughness 7, 6, like a 5-up feel no pain, -1 damage. If they're able to hold off lines of battle line, they should be pretty beefy. Shrugging off firepower that would even lay a Thunderkin low. It must be -1 damage and feel no pain. They're really cool. They're really, really cool. I like these guys a lot. The new kit lets you build 2 different types of Steeljacks. A unit with bolters and concussion gauntlets, or plasma swords, or one with heavy vulcanite. A unit with bolters and concussion gauntlets, or... Oh, okay. So you take the bolters and a melee weapon, or you take the vulcanite disintegrators. These guys are tough, well-armed, and have special rules to back up the talk, including Preymark Crest. Critical hits on enemies within range of projectiles receive precision. Usually we see these rules kind of fall flat, but you know, I'm optimistic. That's okay. Reminds me a little bit of Renegade Raiders. It could come up. Could be nice. Could be nice for Necrons. The Necron matchup. Okay, Chthonian Earthshakers. This is 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, so this to me is like an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 model. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Am I missing anything crazy? No. Somebody tell me when the Dwarfs come on stream. 2 up, 5++, T7. That'd be pretty cool. Precision, please no. Yeah, I'm a little... That kind of killed the hype for me seeing this, because when we say they got the rules to back them up, and then the big selling point is that they have precision on an objective. Yeah, I don't know. You're going to have to work a little harder to sell me on that. But anyway, they look really cool, and I have no doubt that they will be a pretty tanky anchor unit, because, you know, Hearthguard aren't really cutting it, so hopefully they're a little bit more durable. At least we have something with precision now. Sure, for sure. Are these suits or mechs? These are mechs, Sam. These are mechs. They're Ironkin mechs. They're little robots. Although, I'll probably kit bash a couple of them to be suits instead and have a regular head. I think that makes them look a little bit cooler. The guys with the shotguns. Earthshakers 5 on 10 for the looks of me? Really? Oh man, I really love this aesthetic. This is NASA punk. This is NASA punk to me. I love this. I wonder what the indirect is going to do. This is really good. This is going to be really expensive. My cart to buy all this. Oh my god. These high-tech mole mortars are a real blast from the past. Okay, they have blast. With a heritage dating back all the way to the Rogue Trader era. Chthonian Earthshakers are a hybrid of technologies that fire an explosive payload deep under the surface to emerge unexpectedly amid the enemy. I wonder how they're going to bake that in as rules. Each is served with a trio of kin who come with a variety of options, different munitions. They can fire breacher or tremor shots, various tools including a geomantic echolocator. This is probably going to give it +1 to hit, or some way to navigate around the restriction on indirect. That's my theory. Can Votan versus explain the lore reason for his beard? Well, I've just noticed now the eyebrow has completely collapsed on me. But this is the white kid, the white dwarf, who has been here from the start with his luscious hair that he tore apart from a carpet at Dollarama. Oh, am I missing Dwarfs? Oh my god, I missed the Dwarfs. No! Back it up.
Cool.
They're cool.
But there's a lot of people here who have been holding onto their hats really patiently.
Sorry, boys. I really wanted to see this one.
Maybe, you know, show them something they've never ever seen before.
Warming for Chaos Doors doesn't look at chat. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Is the bowl design new? I feel like the bowl design is new to the Dwarves. I don't recall this from Total War.
What an
I haven't played it yet,
incredible
but-
reveal, Eddie! I know you're super excited.
I am very excited. This might be my new Age of Sigmar army. These are the Hellsmiths of Hashut. These are effectively the
I need
reincarnation
Jordan, the
of the
Chaos
Chaos
Lord
Dwarf
specialist,
concept
to
for
tell me what
Warhammer
he
Age of
thinks about
Sigmar.
this one.
An entirely redesigned and brand new army coming out first in an army
I'm a little
set,
bit whelmed.
arriving
I'll be honest,
alongside
I'm a
its
little
new
bit
battle
whelmed,
tome.
guys.
The army set also serves as the spearhead force for the Hellsmiths.
I'm a
of
little bit
Hashut.
whelmed
These
on
models
them.
are phenomenally cool. The rules are great. The lore is great. I love absolutely everything about them. Let's dive into the miniatures.
I think the first thing I
get
want to say
excited.
is let's talk about like why they are these. When the time of chaos happened in the mortal realms,
I don't know. I'm half on this. I'm not too big. This isn't the direction I thought they'd go in with the release.
The skies or whatever.
Not these guys.
But not
these
so
guys.
the Zardron, the Chaos
I'm not too
Duardin,
big on
who
these
would
boys,
become
I'll be
known as the
honest.
Hellsmiths
Not
of
too
Hashut.
big on these.
They instead turned to Hashut, an ancient and terrible Duardin deity who taught them the ways of hellsmithing.
Yeah.
So,
What do you guys think
and
about the
their
new
whole
Dwarfs?
culture is based around Hashut, the Bullfather, and we're going to see that sort of writ large across all of these
Yeah,
models.
the
Let's dive
dread's
into,
pretty cool,
the
I
first
agree,
thing that
but
appears in
that's
this new army
about
set.
it.
These are the Infernal Cohort
No,
with Hashutite
this is a miss.
spears. Say that
This
fast
is a
if
miss
you
for me.
can. They are the core unit for the Hellsmiths of Hashut.
Not
They are
enough
an
fire.
elite combat unit straight off the bat. These are very
Not enough
dangerous
fire,
to run
man.
indeed. And the
They're
first
like
thing to observe is
hellfire
those
now
Hashutite
instead.
spears. Each of them's got like a glowing orb in it. That contains imprisoned, ground down, reconstituted demon essence.
That is powering the weapons
No.
of the Hellsmith.
Yeah. One is ruled by a war despot.
No, this is a
As
miss.
if by magic, here is the war despot. Despots, they have to rule through a mixture of sort of violence and also through
Yeah,
just
it's not old world,
ensuring that
man.
everybody around them knows that
This
they are
is,
the
the
nastiest,
redesign for me is a
toughest
bit of a
all the,
miss.
Hellsmiths, so they are dominant figures.
Yeah, like any Duardin, they couldn't demand the loyalty of their followers unless they were able to.
I had high expectations
lead
for
from
this
the
one.
front,
To be
basically.
honest,
So
guys,
they're not,
I
they're not
thought the
cowardly,
Dwarf release would be better
but
than
they
the Votan
certainly,
one.
are diabolical schemers, sort of thing. So they will.
I was
lead
really
their
looking
armies,
forwot to this. This
into
one's going to be a
battle
pass for me,
proudly,
man.
but
It's
certainly
not
go
the
for
style I
And
was
their
looking
whole
for.
reason for being as an entire culture.
That's better
is-
though. You know
it's
why?
just-
Because that means I can spend more on this one. All right, so each come with a trio of kin who come with a variety of options, different munitions, earthshakers, geomancers. Yeah, so this looks pretty sick. I'm definitely gonna pick these up. These are 10 out of 10 for me. It hits exactly the right spots for what I'm looking for in a Votan model. Dwarves, weird machines, indirect, and NASA punk. It's perfect. They aren't evil enough. Yeah, like I don't know. They look comically evil, but like in a way that's different from Total War. Like this is kind of what I was expecting. Hold on, let me show you guys. Total War, Warhammer 3. Chaos Dwarves. Like this is cool, but dude, they just missed it by having the redesign be green fire instead. Like it feels too chaos. Like it reminds me of World of Warcraft chaos, where it's like always hellfire and it's green flames. This is what I was expecting to get. Like this. Fire, molten lava. Big mechs like this and hobgoblins. Cool mechanical bodysuits that they're walking on, like over here. Like this is crazy. Like this is what I really wanted for the Dwarfs. Just painted orange? That's not the point. It's not the point. They missed the spirit of the army, in my opinion. They don't look like mountain dwarves anymore. Like, look at this. Look at this infantry. Oh my god. Heavily armored with these big shields and these molten helmets. Yeah. Time to kid bash, yeah. This is not it for me, man. This is not it. But hey, like, if you guys like them, then for sure, by all means, it wasn't what I was hoping for. Is Jordan still here? I know Jordan was the most excited for this. The full-time reveal is more exciting. I agree. I agree. I agree. All right, now this is the most exciting bit. The Capricus is a compact, light vehicle used by the Ironkin Jaegers. So it's just the Jaegers. The kit has 2 build options. The Capricus Defender, the Capri Sun, a fast-moving weapons platform, and the Capricus Carrier, a 5-berth troop transport specifically for Jaegers. All right, so before I read, maybe they explain the rules there, but unless they redesign how Jaegers work, I don't see the value in putting 5 in here. Personally, I don't see the value of putting 5 in here. They'd have to really redesign them, which is good because that means I have to buy fewer of these, and I don't need to buy 6 for transports. I could use them instead as the shooting platform, which it really just looks like the bike, but like maybe a bit tankier. Yeah, it's the Hylas over here. I think, by the way, I think they look really cool with the 2 Ironkin driving them. Distinctive anti-grav repellers and curved armor panels, while the crew are also clad in thick coats like the other Ironkin, except for an Ironkin who can operate the gun on the back. Twin Magna Coil autocannon at the front and another Magna Coil autocannon on the top. The Defender trades its crew space out for a Magna Rail cannon or a Hylas rotary cannon. So you're getting 3 Magna Coils and a Hylas rotary. Wait, so this is literally just a 3-man bike squad put into a vehicle. Right? Am I crazy? You just get 3 Magna Coil autocannons, 2 at the bottom, or sorry, twin Magna, so one's going to have twin linked. And then so you get 2 Magna Coils, 1 with twin linked, 1 on the top. So, and then you get a Hylas. Oh, Magna Rail. I missed this. Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. That's a little cuter. Why not just put them in the Sagi? Yeah. No, they can't split with the Sagi. That's the problem. Splitting Jaegers might let the transport infiltrate. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to infiltrate the transport, though. This is going to be interesting. Maybe it has some kind of other effect, like a spotter, you know, like you shoot something, you get some kind of a benefit on it. Unless it's like super fast or like ridiculously tanky for its point cost, or it's really cheap. Then again, like I'm assuming the stats and the data cards are going to stay exactly the same as we presently have it, but it's obviously all going to change. So maybe the bikes are going to be a little bit different in terms of output. I ain't buying this thing at all. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, rules as written here, with the current codex, the current rules and data cards, I meant to say, in mind, this, I don't really see it having a use. Unless they really change how everything operates in the codex, which they might. So, I still think it's really cute. I'm definitely going to buy 3 of these. I really like the model. So I'm going to give this one an 8 on 10. I'm going to give it an 8 on 10. This guy's towel-brained, yeah. I got that towel brain rot. Did I miss anything here? No. Okay. And then that's it. So that's the reveals. And then we come down to the Leagues of Votan. There's also a new codex coming. 144 pages. Packed full of lore, rules, gorgeous art. There's more background information. Fresh lore to sink your teeth into. The cover's pretty dope. I don't know how I feel about this guy being on the front cover. He kind of just popped up out of nowhere. The army rule has been entirely rewritten. There's also a new resource called... Oh, this is in addition to the army rule being rewritten. That's very interesting. The army rule has been entirely rewritten, and there's also a new resource called yield points. 5 detachments, 21 data sheets, a combat patrol, crusade rules, and a whole lot more. That's interesting. So this might not actually be our core army rule, but just one mechanic of it. I missed a lot of comments. Wow. I need to see rules to see if I want it. I love the model. The model's really cool. Buying 3 and then just magnet baron it. Freeness is 8 out of 10. The rest are 10 out of 10. 21 data sheets, but we have 13 and 7 for the new ones, so 1 is missing. Maybe they... maybe No, I don't think they removed anything. It's very probable they made a mistake. They frequently do make errors on the Warcom article. He did have a quote in the old codex. Maybe. I've been trying to get my hands on the old codex. I can't find it for less than $40, despite it being like 4 years old, which is crazy. 5 detachments. Let's go, baby. I like the idea of heavy weapon platforms with a relatively small footprint compared to bikes. That's true. That's fair. I'm sure it has a purpose. I think it's cool. I think overall, the second wave was a win. I do wish we had like a beefy dreadnought. But did I miss anything else? Hold on before I share my thoughts. Normal edition is lavish collector's edition will be available while stocks last. Baneslayer's Bulwark is the new combat patrol, a great way to add some serious muscle to your army or start a new one. Okay, good. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that they didn't put the new models in the combat patrol, because now I could just buy them separately and I don't have to dish out the extra for this chaff. Like I got 20 Hearthguard, I have 9 Thunderkin, and I have 30 Warriors. I feel like that's sufficient for the purposes of a codex. So I think that's a smart move on their part. I do find Votan has always been a very friendly army to acquire. It's easy to get the kits. They build quite well, except for the bikes. And it seems like they're good value deals when they come up. For me, second wave is a 7 on 10. I feel that way as well. I think I'm going to put it at a 7 on 10 for the second wave. I would have liked to see a new Hearthguard type of model come out. And I would have liked to see a Dread. We did get our vehicle. We did get some characters alone up, so I can't complain about that rules-wise. So I think overall, a nice win. There's more stuff being revealed. What did they... Oh my god, they're still talking about these? Oh my god. The Hobgoblins are okay. I don't know, they're just a bit boring. I don't know. The tricycle is going to be a nightmare to build and paint. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, man. All right, so how are we feeling about this one, boys? How are we feeling about the reveal? I'm going to give it a strong 7 on 10, maybe a 7.5. This is my favorite kit for sure. These guys are pretty cool. They're like cops, like robo-cops. This guy's a 10 out of 10. This guy's like a 4 out of 10. This is a 6 or a 7. And personally, I like the aesthetic of this, so I'm going to give this one an 8. But the rules seem a little iffy. The Hobbs look like they're from... That's a great point. The army looks like it's designed for the Middle-earth game. It has a single connection at the middle, like a rock. Did I miss that? Oh my god, you're right. It does. That's going to be annoying to build. I guess it's the back tire that touches in. They're not sure. Is this actually a trike? Does it have 3 wheels? No, it has 4 wheels. Yeah, it has 4 wheels. The Blackstone robot. Oh, yeah. I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. It does give me that vibe. I think they're dope. I love these shotguns. Personally, I think I'm just going to run them all shotguns. Though I suspect the Fist Enforcers are going to be the better choice. That's pretty cool. Not each founder repulsor setup think the size parts look cooler, but in terms of competitive viability will depend on the rules. Yeah, absolutely will depend on the rules. I'm surprised they gave us another transport, but I guess they wanted to give us one for Jaegers. Maybe they'll get a nice little buff in terms of capabilities and what they do, and it's not just infiltrate and die, but we'll see. If those are the same size, I don't know. I don't know, because they look to be... Oh my god, I'm losing this eyebrow. Oh, it's gone. I've lost the eyebrow completely. Oh, my word. Good heavens. Oh. Oh my god. Whew. There's so much hair in my mouth. What a horrible idea. All right. Where did you guys go? I lost the chat. I lost chat. Wait, what the heck are these? There's more. Wait, what is this? It looks like something out of RuneScape. What? Wait, what? This looks like a RuneScape mount. What? They didn't show this
they
in the
allowed
combat
the kind of
patrol?
army to work.
But Doom is upon them. There's a couple of really interesting things. I like his staff.
Fire Slayers really do not get on with the Hellsmiths. Like
Just
Am I
centerpiece
crazy?
written all over him.
This looks like a
Incredible spot within
RuneScape
the lore.
mount.
Wonderful.
Like just something a
very,
dragon
very
you'd find
cool
in
miniature. It's a
RuneScape.
2-for-1 kit as well, which is
RS3.
Yeah.
really cool. It also
The artillery
makes,
is amazing. I
Demon
freaking
Smith
I love it
Infernal
too, dude. The
Taurus.
artillery is the
There's
best piece.
a bunch of options on this kit as well, which is amazing. So I can't wait to see what painters do with this kit particularly, because
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
just
Precision's always a bit of a bait. Like a precision rule, I'd rather have something else. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on these chorfs. Jordan, what do you think about these chorfs? Big up RuneScape, yeah. I don't know, man. This gives me RuneScape vibes, the dwarf mount here, like low pixel. I don't know. I guess like a stone bowl dragon. I don't mess with it. What a shame. Big up RuneScape? Yeah. I've been working on my Iron Man. Yeah, I like this. I'm happy. So this is good. I guess they're going to be sold in boxes of 3. And this guy here, I don't know. Not huge on this guy. Everything else is pretty dope. It is a shame we don't get like a big box that has everything, or like a little bit of everything inside. Would be nice, but yeah. When does pre-order come out? Is it usually 2 weeks? Oh wait, hold on. This scares me a bit. This scares me a bit. Yield points are a new League of Votan mechanic. Players earn them by doing things, yada yada. Wide variety of profound effects on the battle, from small bonuses such as rerolls for specific models. Why not units? That's a weird word to use. To army-wide buffs to hit roll. I really hope this doesn't mean we're staying on a 4-up to hit and we actually drop down to 3. We'll cover it all in detail closer to the release. Okay, so I guess we just gotta wait for the next community post. Usually it's what, like 2 weeks that they make another post and then pre-orders go up 2 weeks later, or coming over GW 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so they're so backed up for pre-order stuff. Yeah, I like the Dwarfs. I like the old world ones more. I agree. Precision should give a point discount. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Precision is that fancy with those heavy Vulcanites. Are probably gonna be damage to dev wounds, and that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. I'm excited. It sounds like they understand that we have a fundamental army rule problem, and they're making good efforts to address it. The new units look very creative. I'm surprised to see another transport. Maybe this will be something you see 1 or 2 of. I suspect they'll be sold in boxes of 1, which is unfortunate. I was hoping they'd be sold in boxes of 2. Maybe they will be. These are going to be sold in 2 for sure. And these in boxes of 3. And then you got your little characters. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I think overall this is a solid win, and we should all be quite happy with it. Grey Knights and Templars were revealed last time and still not released. They still aren't released? I haven't played in 2 months. I haven't played a game of 40k in 2 months, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. But they still haven't come out? Even the pre-order? That's crazy business. That's crazy.
On the community website, there'll be a free download.
who are all about protecting nature, and the Kenothi are a particularly kind of warlike aspect of that, following the kind of absent hunter god, Kurnoth. So they will defend.
They are
the
going
wild
back to
places of the
40k at
Vorpal
the end of the
realms.
So
stream.
here you can see the 2
is what they
warbands.
said. So
this is an expansion. As
I'm
you
guessing
say,
we're going to get
for
a
Emberguard.
Drukhari announcement.
And you have
my next guess.
the Hellsmiths. You have the Kenothi. The Blood of the Bull is the Hellsmiths unit. Bottom left-hand corner, you
Space
have
Wolves was
a
last
War
week.
Despot,
But Space Wolves came out.
army advancing into the Spike.
Space Wolves came out already, though.
Reversal. So she's regrouped with her sort of remaining warriors, her inner circle, and she's waiting on.
I think people are
reinforcements before
expecting
she
Grey
can
Knights
raise
in
the place to the
August. Oh
ground.
my
So
god!
she
So we're going to
finds
get pushed
herself
up to like
contesting, obviously,
November.
against the other warband.
Yeah, and you've got some great
boy.
artifacts in the mix there as well.
Maybe,
I particularly
if
like
we get
the
pushed
hot
up.
rod.
Hopefully it's
he
not
did have
like
to
6
call out
months.
He does, because if you've
Be a
been
Christmas
playing Warhammer
reveal?
for a very long time, you may
Christmas
remember
sale, I guess.
Hobgoblins from Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and there was a unit called Throat Cutters, I think it was.
think
or
so.
Grey
Throat
Knights is
Slitters.
2 codexes away.
He is basically a homage to.
Somebody
it's
build
really
me a
good.
timeline. What
yeah,
definitively?
they've
When
got,
should I expect to be able
the
to
rules
get these
reflect
models?
That sort of plunder, take what you want, decimate the landscape just for the joy of it sort of mentality. The other
Let's see
warband
who's
in this
blowing
set
up my phone here.
is, he says, well, there we go. The Kernos Herald. There's 3 of them in the kit. They make these Kernothi. The thing to point out with them in terms
Votan
of
is
their
the
rules and
third
how they
last
play is they're
reveal.
very
Yeah,
defensive.
so I guess it's going to be a
because they're
month
holding
at
what they've got.
least.
They're not interested in stealing other people's stuff. They just want to protect
What is the
their
timeline?
woods. And so while
Let
they're
me
in
look
that
it up,
own
hold
area
on.
of the board, if you're an Underworlds player, you'll be familiar with the sort of mechanic. They're better, so they're better at defending their own
So
objectives.
it's quite an interesting warband then, because they're quite a fast warband, and usually you expect that to be
40K.
quite aggressive,
Yeah.
but your
Roadmap.
bonuses are for defensive play.
Yeah, so redeploying, fighting in different areas
Yeah,
in
it's
your
the
own
most
area.
recent
and-
one.
I love these miniatures. I think we've seen Kernothi in Underworlds before, and this is a kind of expansion of that. But I think this is a phenomenally cool looking warband.
I looked at them too long, and I'm really disturbed by their gemstones glowing
You
in
said
their
that
belly
you don't like the
buttons.
glowing
Yeah,
belly
it's
buttons.
something about it, man.
I dig it. I dig it. I'm here for
We
glowing belly
got
buttons.
Chaos Knights.
So there we go.
This got delayed.
Awesome stuff also for Warhammer Underworlds.
These haven't
what
come
a,
out
What
yet.
an awesome set of releases for Warhammer
So if
Age
they
of Sigmar.
do,
And 10
they're
years.
probably not going to loop it all
That's a
together.
really fair
It'll
point.
be like
yeah,
2 weeks.
10 years ago,
So we
this
have at
month,
least-
we saw the
we have at least a
arrival
month.
of the Mortal Realms, the birth of Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
I'm guessing.
We're going to be
We have at least
sort of
a month.
showing over the coming year a whole bunch of interesting things to do with the Mortal
I guess
Realms.
at the
So
end of this
if you
stream, we're
enjoy
going to
Warhammer
release
Age of Sigmar,
Space
you're in for a
Marines
good time.
Codex 2
It's
for
taken
sure.
the
That's going to
Cosmos a
happen.
long time to get here, hasn't it?
Yeah, it
But
was
then they
worth the
are
wait.
only movement 4. So
Rappers,
These boxes are pretty cool
respectively,
for
reminded us that there is
for
in fact
Warcry. You
5
get
more
like
things to
Oh,
talk
there's
about.
four
armies in a box to play
I'm already
with.
getting the
good idea.
move along sign. There
I never
are
played,
4
but,
more
yeah.
boxes coming for Warhammer Underworlds. Each box contains 4
21
warbands.
data
Each box
sheets, it
also
says in the website
synergizes
for
with a
Votan, we have
particular
13 and
faction.
just
So
saw
this is
6.
the
I
Order one,
think
the Seekers in
you
Shadow.
could build
It contains 4 warbands,
several of these
from
kits
the
as
Order
2
faction,
different
Grand Alliance, I should
data
say.
cards.
This is the Death one.
There's a transport mode, there's a shooting
These are
mode,
the
and then for
Reavers of Ruin, the
the
Chaos
robots,
warbands.
you can have
We
a
saved my
melee
favourite to last
build
because
out,
I'm
or you
allowed
can
to.
have a ranged build
The
out.
Gits
So
and
I
Glass
think
and
they're going to
Destruction warbands.
actually split into
Each,
4 separate
anybody who
data
plays
sheets.
Warhammer Underworlds will know.
I'm thinking you're
each
right around
Warhammer
November.
Underworld
That's
warband
good.
is
It's going to be my
lovely. They're
birthday.
just characterful. and
I'm
they
gonna tell
own
everybody
different
to
part
buy
of
me
the
Votan.
Mortal Realm setting. And
Still
you get
waiting on
4 in a
Imperial
box.
Knights of
This is-
Zukari. Yeah,
it's
Imperial Knights on that
delightful.
roadmap, but no news.
To play with them, you would need to pick up this, which is the Warbands of Spitewood. Contains all the cards and everything that you want. So whether you fancy playing with them in Warhammer Underworlds, seamlessly integrating them with their War Scroll cards into Warhammer Age of Sigmar, or just having some different hobby experiences. There's 16
How long is this
opportunities
reveal
of
stream?
Every one of those boxes is all killer.
thought it was
and
an
there
hour.
are
I guess
some
it's an hour and a
beautiful
half.
miniatures in there, including the crab, the Ideneth crab is back.
Perfect. Yeah. So I think we
November
actually
leaves
are at
time
the
to
end of
save.
the
It
Warhammer
does.
We are now at the end of the Mortal Realms.
It would be a good
Your
time
birthday
to
is
check in on the
this
question corner and see
Thursday.
if there are in fact any
Oh,
questions.
you're a little bit early.
Yeah, there's
for the
loads.
Votan
People
gifts.
are very, very excited to hear about the Hellsmiths joining Warcry. That'd be really
Oh,
cool. as well.
fantastic. We're really pleased. 'cause
So much
we want
hype at the
them to
start
be
when
able
this
to
guy had the
play with
Votan shirt
Yeah,
on.
yeah, and of course the range is stunning, so people are super pumped about that. So
1.5
there's a
hours,
bit
yeah,
of confusion
makes
about
sense.
the.
I want to see
Grand
the next
Alliance they
40k
come from.
reveal.
So presumably they come from the Chaos Grand
90
Alliance.
minutes of reveals,
So how do
nice.
they fit in with the rest of the Chaos?
Yeah, so I can take
go
that
on.
one. So the Hellsmiths
got
should
fewer
have a
shirts
slightly
for
interesting relationship with
could buy him a
several
Votan
factions in the
shirt.
Mortal Realms. They are definitely in
They'll
the
have new
Chaos
toys to
Grand
play with at
Alliance.
least.
So despite what they themselves believe, they probably are corrupted by Chaos at least a little bit.
You don't get to play with that much demon power.
No,
and
I
not
mean
be-
you have tusks growing out of your face and horns growing out,
and you're turning to stone.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
something's gone a little bit demonic there. But they would
do
consider
look like they're
themselves as
turning
kind of
to stone.
champions
I
of
guess
order, but
it
they
is
are in the
a
Chaos Grand Alliance.
AOS
They also
adapted
trade with the various forces of
faction
Chaos. So
that
perhaps Chaos
happens
warlords
many
and things would go
decades
to
later.
their ziggurats and be served with like weapons that they forged in
I
exchange
don't
for.
know. Oh my god, people
bounty
think
that
Vulcan
collected
is going to
across
get
the realms.
released. I don't think Vulcan.
They also have a kind of symbiotic relationship with the Hobgrots and have traded with like the Cruel Boys and things like that. But they are Chaos Grand Alliance.
Nice, nice. So how does Hachette fit in with the Chaos Pantheon?
Really,
We're still talking about the Dwarfs.
badly.
Yeah, it does not play well with others as a recurring theme, really.
So he is part of the pantheon.
God, my
of the
face is
Dwarven
so
gods,
red from
right?
the mask.
But,
I don't know if I said
he
this is
feels
literally a
ostracized.
carpet that I
They
bought at the dollar
understandably want to
store and
ostracize him.
cut up.
So
I
the
hope I don't
Hellsmiths
get some
kind
kind of
vilely
infection
resent
on my face.
the other the Wilding Gods. It's a very fractious relationship.
didn't have time to wash it.
Which is why there's such vitriol between them. Great questions. Thank you very much. We need to go to our next setting, which we will do by moving to the timeline of the Horus Heresy.
Let's do it.
Horus
So-
Heresy, okay.
There are a
my God.
multitude of great
Legion
releases coming
Imperialis.
if you play Legions Imperialis. It's all tanks, so if you're
So
a
many
treadhead,
tanks.
settle
So
in
many tanks.
and we'll take you on a tour.
Take us back to 40k.
Several boxes of fantastic plastic kits.
Choking
that
hazard,
make
can't
some
play with
really
them yet, but
interesting
enough
additions
time to
your
build
army.
and paint.
On screen now
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
see the
Oh yeah,
Golden
definitely. Don't
Scorpius
give your
set.
kid 40k stuff if
It's
they're a
8
newborn
of
child.
those, 4 of each. And so if you want to just rain
My
death
friend
on
called the
enemy,
Khemri
blow
our
them
Mario
out
Kart
together.
ATV. I'm just going to call
This
it
really
the
is
Capri
a
Sun
wonderful way
from
to
now
do
on.
it. Built on that famous Rhino chassis, as is the Vindicator Siege Tank Squadron.
84
Essentially,
concurrent viewers.
what's
Thanks
the
guys so
biggest
much
gun
for
you can
tuning
stick
in. I
on a
really
Rhino?
appreciate it. I
It
hope
appears
you
to
like
be
the
a gun
reveal
with a
stream.
breech
What
big
if I
enough
want?
to
I'm
I
hold
want
pretty
an
safe
even
excited
bigger
about
gun though.
all the
I
toys
want
we
a
got.
bigger gun.
You want to do a heavier siege
I want a heavier
than that.
siege gun than that.
Well, I've got some very good news
Oh, that's
for
it.
you.
That's exactly it.
The
I
type
remember
of
when I just started playing 40k,
on the way,
and I was browsing online to try to
even
find
bigger
cheaper
and more
models because I
dangerous
could
than
not
the
buy
Vindicator.
anything. And I saw Legion Imperialis kits. It was like, oh, like 3 tanks for $60. I was like, oh my god, what an amazing deal. And then I looked up what Legion Imperialis was before I bought it, and I thankfully saved myself $60 because they're like this big. It's not actual kits like for 40k. An innocent, youthful mistake.
Squadron. These are firing turbo lasers. That guy's offering you. a
Viewers
huge
capped
bump.
at 120. Wow,
It's
that's
a
incredible.
wonderful time to be driving
This
tanks
is our
around.
best reveal stream
Complicated
yet,
enough as
boys.
to whether it's a
Much
heavy
better than the
tank
one we had
destroyer
last time where
or
the
a heavy
announcement was
tank
that there were going to be
destroyer.
no
Exactly.
announcements.
Let us know in the chat which one you think
Yeah,
it
do
is.
you think it's a heavy tank for destroying or a tank for destroying heavy things?
40k, take my money, daddy.
The heaviest of all of the tanks.
Oh my god, they're
So
unhinged.
heavy, it's
They're
super
unhinged.
heavy, is the Mastodon assault transport. What if you want to just pack Space Marines into a tank, drive it? across
21
the
data
map,
sheets
open
means
the
there's
door
at least
gates,
2 we don't know
and
for
charge
Votan.
into
I
the
don't think they're
engine.
going to give us
Having
anything else that
leveled
wasn't
the
revealed here,
array,
personally.
then this is the way
That would
to
be
do so. Even though it's
surprising,
unmanned
because
aircraft
even with
systems
Grand
on the top,
Cathy,
and
they
pilot
revealed
that is
things
something
that
that
were
is
not
as
even
well, and I think
released
it's on
with
great
the
with the
book
other
and
guys.
first
Sort of
wave,
a,
like
30,000 equivalent of a
My
siege
Ling,
tower, isn't
for
it?
example.
Kind of vibe.
The design
My-
on
my-
this,
what was her
we've
name?
seen this at, like standard
I
Warhammer
gotta look
40,000
this up,
scale.
hold on.
It's beautiful. It's still beautiful at small scale. It's just little.
Miao Ying.
So
They announced
those
Miao
kits,
Ying,
like loads
but
and loads
did
of
not
tanks,
release
all
Miao
of
Ying
the
with the
rules,
first
all
wave
the
of
rules
models.
for all of
It's going
the
to come
units
later in
in
the
the
year.
Legions
So
Imperialis.
I feel like they would have showed everything.
Yeah.
My guess
Essentially,
is
a
it's just you
combined
get to
models
build
in
these as
one
different
place.
data
You've got a copy of
sheets.
the core rule book and got a copy of this. You are ready to rock and roll, along with a whole
I
bunch
think that
of
makes
other
more
cool
sense.
content. There's too much
Transports
to
and
go into
gunboat,
here
yeah,
now, but
exactly.
Have a look in the article that's going to be on Warhammer Community, and we'll talk more about it closer to the
Trying to
launch.
get my 6-year-old more interested in 40k, but she's more interested in baby dolls. Kids have no concept of priorities. Yeah, you gotta just deconstruct all the dolls and have her put them together again. And then that's going to instill the idea of building things. And then you start her on 40k, and she starts to build 40k models instead. They're kind of like dolls, except they shoot each other. A bit of a different game, for sure.
The team responsible for this setting have really just done a cracking job.
Dragon Mommy, yeah.
Like, the rules are accessible, you can get hold of them.
The Capri
It's
Sun
really
might be
good
two
fun.
separate. I think it is. I think it's going to be
Compile
two
all that
separate
stuff
models.
together,
Yeah,
it's a more
absolutely.
convenient way of
I've
approaching
got a
it.
good friend who's super.
Is the Lone Ob guy an epic hero? Yeah, Lone Ob guy's an
asking
epic
me
hero.
About like how he gets all of his rules together, and I just had to sit there quietly knowing that this was around the corner.
Wouldn't that be great if they're all in one book?
Yeah, your prayers have been answered. There's more stuff set within the Age of Darkness.
All right,
We
take us back to
teased
40K,
these
boys.
In the Saturnine preview, but we have the Mark II.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
This is perfect for my Iron Warrior
So
army.
this
Oh
is
my god,
the
this is
Mark
perfect.
II Assault Marines.
For my
Mark
Warp
II is kind of
Talons.
one of the more brutal looking of the various different Space Marine armor.
That's
classes,
good.
And these guys have
This is
ramped that
really
up
good
even further. You've
for
got,
my
some
CSM
options
army.
in this kit for a variety of different weapon options. The coolest.
This
of them
looks really
is
good.
The chain axe, which is an optional free upgrade to the chainsaw.
Let me show you guys what I got from my Chaos army cooking up here.
Loaded with chain
I've been slowly cooking up this Chaos army that went on hold. Maybe it's about time I finish it up.
They have a
Oh my god, it's all full of dust. That's how long it's been since I've used it.
There are points free alternative. So if you buy these, it's just a straight points.
It's a bit
no
dusty.
It's a straight kit swap. if you're
I don't know if
dying
you guys
to
can
have
see
that
it well.
classic chainsaw loadout,
Using the Mark III Marines.
you can swap the arms with the ones
Oh
that
yeah,
are
look at
Mark
that.
VI
Look at that bad
or
boy.
you can just get them from the upgrade kit.
I don't know how close this
But
is.
I think compliance has never looked
And then of course my my Predator,
Great different options in there as well. You've got a couple of heavy chain axes too,
Yep.
which is another.
which I'll just
upgrade
dust
you can
off.
put some of the models. The Sergeant's got the option.
The Predator
of
looks
pistol
sick
plus
for
weapons.
CSM
And
with
as
the
you can
30k
see with
aesthetic.
Salamander on
Looks
the
really
front there as
cool.
well. You can also equip them with combat.
So maybe this is about time I finish off the list.
You can
Get
choose
some
to
warp
equip
talons or
with. I would
raptors with
imagine
those.
we're also gonna
That could
see
be
some of
cool.
these, converted with all
So
the
much
different
dust.
Space Marine kits. One of the lovely things about the Horus Heresy.
I literally never fielded
So
them.
many of the kits are really interchangeable with each other, so you can take bits and heads and arms and weapons and stuff and really create it.
I really like the breastplate on these, that high gorget looks fantastic. They're just fantastic.
Did Votan get revealed yet? Yes. Lanavander, you missed the Votan reveal. We got a bunch of models, man. Bunch of cool, interesting models. That honestly, I did not predict many of. I thought our lone op was going to be a jump pack guy. I will say the aesthetic definitely got a bit more grimdark for Votan. These look a little bit more serious. Not these, but
Yeah, there's loads of great new options in this book.
this guy looks a little bit more
particularly allow you
menacing
to do more stuff with
This
your
as well,
Saturn miniatures.
compared to what
So,
we have with everything else.
There are different, basically, things that you can do. To
I'm on my
your
phone, I
miniatures
can't see
using
any of your
other
minis.
kits, mixing kits
What a
together to
shame,
create
what a
new
shame.
So this is a really great example.
We'll
This is
do
Saturn
a hobby
squad,
stream in the
what
future,
you've got here
and
is
we'll
you
have
have
a
taken
close-up
bits
cam.
from the command squad sprues and also some spare bits from someone who's built a Saturnine Praetor with his axe. You get the hammer spare.
Not 40k, that's Horus Heresy. Yeah, so I do, my 40k army for Chaos that I started is all kit bashed from the Horus Heresy Iron Warrior models. So basically, like, these guys look pretty sick. So basically I take the Mark III kits, paint them up, give them a 40k loadout, that's WYSIWYG, and that's my Chaos army. So it's like less chaosified chaos.
Styled army if you wanted to.
Yeah, one of the topics that's
Buri reminds me of Boba Fett with the thrice devoured. He survived the Nid invasion, he's allowed to be grimdark. I agree, he is allowed to be grimdark. He's seen the insides of a Tyranid 3 times. And all 3 times he's clawed his way out.
There's all sorts of things, not just the thousand.
And I think they said he's the only one that survived out of his entire kinhold.
There'll be lots to enjoy, and we'll tell you more about it as we get closer.
Yeah, there's some really interesting stuff about how the different legions have sort of embraced it. So
If the new
Thousand Sons
transports
have
can
got
only
things
move the
to
same
head
stuff
in,
as Sagittars and they
kind
seem
of
iffy,
cool,
moving Jaegers doesn't
like
seem
you
interesting
pilot
to me.
inside them.
Yeah, I think in current
The
design
Warbearers
space it
immediately
seems a
crammed
bit
it full
weird
of
to move
demons just to
Jaegers
see what would
around.
happen. But all
I
of
could
the legions
potentially see
sort
the
of
value in
recognise
doing
the
like,
lethality of
you know,
Saturn.
here's my 10-man squad, I'm going to split it up so 5 infiltrate, 5 go in this transport,
We're
but
still not quite
I think they just need to do a little bit more to actually have that be meaningful for me. But we'll see,
super
we'll see.
excited to be able to announce today on behalf of the Black Library that there is a new mega series on the way. This is the Scouring. This is book 1 called Ashes of the Imperium.
The
and this kicks
Scouring,
off
what's
a
this?
multi-book
Ashes of the Imperium.
mega
Oh, this is like a
series
post
set in the
Siege of Terra
Ashes of
series?
the Imperium. It's a perfect title. The Horus Heresy has ended. The Emperor is.
That's interesting. I was always curious what they would do next once they wrapped up Horus Heresy. I just finished reading the Horus Heresy fully. It's done. Now I'm starting Siege of Terra.
So this series.
Epic journey.
Essentially,
Insane. It took like
at
6
that
years to
premise,
finish all the
here we
books.
have a very understandable confrontation between a battered and damaged Rogel Dawn and Rabute Gilliman, who has arrived pristine with reinforcements, and as you can see, they're at loggerheads already. Black Library
Scouring.
are
Valrak's
super
right.
excited
Valrak's
for us to
always
be
right.
announcing this today
There's
because
no
it's
conspiracy.
a
He's
combination
always
of a lot of
right.
work and effort between a really,
80% of the time, he's right 100% of the time.
cabal of writers and creatives that have been plotting out a multi-book series, which we're going to see play out over several years. I'm really, really excited by this.
I think you were saying to me earlier on that there's kind of like 3 core themes, aren't there?
They're really stretching this out, eh?
So in a
Just to
nutshell,
hold
that's
off on the
really
40k reveals.
Want to enjoy it? I
I'm
promise.
still surprised they opened right out the gate with the
There are 3
Votan.
principal themes. Theme number 1 is what happens with the legions Astartes, right? They essentially caused all of this, or their brothers have. They've ruined the work of the Great Crusade. The Imperium is in tatters. What is the place for the Space Marines?
80% of the time, he's right. 100% of the time.
Traitor legions,
That's the
these
caveat.
Perspectives. The War Master is dead. The whole purpose for doing this is now.
Although he technically wasn't wrong. He did say there is at least a character excavator
So
and
suddenly
at least
they thought they were onto a good
something
thing,
else.
and now they're
technically
alone and
there was at
see
least something else.
how do they survive? How do they regroup?
Is that watch time? Yeah, they're just farming views on the 40k channel.
What of humanity, right? They've just watched these demigods wage war across the Imperium, ruin everything, destroy the Emperor's great works. The Emperor is mortally wounded. How do they respond? How does humanity rally, and how does it perceive the place of the Space Marine legions that remain?
Let's see what Reddit is saying
I think, worth saying as well, this is
about
absolutely
the
treat this as a
new
self-contained series.
Oh, yeah.
reveals.
If you have read all of the Horus Heresy from Horus Rising all the way through the full novel series and then gone through the Siege of Terror, first of all, very well done. There's a lot of books to read, some great stories in there. But if you are new
Let's see what
to
people are
the
saying.
Horus Heresy and kind of the setting and the era, you can absolutely just
Where's the
jump in
Leagues
with
of
Ashes
Votan
the Imperium
subreddits?
and treat the Scouring as a series in its own right.
Yeah, I have to give a little bit of a shout out to Chris Wright as well, who is the author chosen for this first book. He is a true gangster of words. He's written some of the really fantastic Black Library novels.
That's true. We did literally
Never read
almost
a Chris
double
Wright
the
book
entire
before.
size
It
of our
brought
range.
Odin ahead
And
of
physically,
time.
with some of the
I would
models.
not recommend enough of Valdor, Birth of the Imperium. It sort of sits outside the rest of the sort of Horus
We
Heresy.
gained 3 HQs, 1 heavy infantry, 1 artillery unit, 1 scout transport, 8 HQs. We do have a lot of HQs. 6 infantry unit, only 1 is battle line. That's true. 1 mounted unit with scout, dedicated transport with scout, 1 scout transport, 1 heavy vehicle. Did they confirm that the new 1 scouts? It looks like it would scout. I don't see why it wouldn't.
All of the care and consideration that's gone
Our
into
army rule has been completely rewritten. Yeah,
more
yeah,
on that
yeah.
on Warhammer community as we have
Yeah,
it.
it's very.
I've lost a lot of savings.
That was awesome. I really am super excited for it.
Brothers of the Mine, rejoice.
Done yet.
We're not even close.
We
We're not even
promised
close.
that we would return to the grim darkness of the dark millennium.
Darkness Evaluator.
5 new Space Marine heroes for 5 of the first founding chapters.
Right. this
Oh,
is
new
Vulcan
Space Marines.
Heston.
All right,
So
let's
this
see.
is a model returning that has previously been in metal and resin and is now in plastic. Vulcan Heston is a famed hero of the
Sure.
Salamanders chapter, and his particular mission is to scour the galaxy looking for the relics left by his Primarch, the namesake.
Gonna play my first 2
Wears
Votan
some of those
matches
relics
tomorrow
himself, so
against
he's a
Eldari and
artificial
Custodes.
piece of
Yo,
armor.
let's go,
He's
man.
carrying a
That's gonna be a fun
handheld
game.
heavy flamer
2
and a
completely
Vulcan
different games.
that's
But
crackles
that's
with,
gonna be fun.
magma fire and is able to slice through enemy warriors. He's also walking through flames, just in case.
I'm happy about the
you weren't
Votan
sure he
also.
was-
I think it's
he was
pretty
as
good.
cool
I
as
think it
he
was a
can
solid
be.
reveal.
He's just walking through the
It's
fire.
not an overwhelming amount of
He is
stuff.
probably the most iconic
And
Salamanders
thankfully,
character that exists
they
in
didn't
Warhammer
do
40,000.
the
And
cringe thing of packaging them
plastic.
all up
He
in
has
separate
a couple of head
boxes with
options,
other
he's
units.
helmeted
So we
or
could just, you
unhelmeted.
want something, you go buy it.
Both of them look very,
My
very
big
good.
concern really
He's only
is
one.
I kind of hope this vehicle isn't sold like the Sagittar, where it's just 1 in a box. I hope they just do 2 together. I feel like it's going to be 1. I really hope they just do 2 together in a box.
I probably should say of the Imperial Fists chapter.
Everything else is golden.
Remade in the sort of new
Characters are fine, right? Because like you pick up 1 and
Yeah, the
usually
same
that's
scale
enough.
as the ones,
Yeah, absolutely.
in the recent one.
And he is a substantial man in that armor. He has an enormous storm shield. He's carrying that incredible looking thunder
Might be the
hammer.
best storm shield in Warhammer. It's up there, isn't
It's
it?
right up
It's up
there,
there.
yeah. I think the
I don't know who
line
this
arguably,
is.
but we're talking top 3, right? Yeah, everything
Vulcan
about him is
lives.
iconic.
What do you think the big last reveal is? It can't be this. There's surely something more coming for 40k, right? They keep hyping it up that it's going to be the last thing they show.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't yellow,
Another
I'd
Primarch?
find it easy to paint them.
That'd be crazy.
He is not the only. There are 5 of them altogether. So next up, we have Canog Var, a new character for the Iron.
This
Hand
guy looks
chapter.
cool.
This
Ah,
is,
that's the
captain.
the
of
baton
the
image we saw in the teaser that people thought was
equivalent
Votan.
to your kind of captain of the first company.
Yeah.
Again, a Terminator in the same scale as the recent new Terminator kits. Some really lovely little features on here.
Codex
Into
too?
The kind of Iron Hands lore. You've got
Do they
lots of,
really need
nods
10 more
towards his,
detachments?
technological know-how and their
Do
kind
they
of
really
alliance
need
with
10
the,
more
defense
detachments?
mechanic.
Yeah, he's got sort of servo.
They have like
skulls,
45
attack
right
by
now.
data
They
heads,
really need
information
10
in the
more?
Bottom right-hand corner, he looks like he's projecting a fortress of redemption.
Yeah, he's got like a little holograph.
Yeah.
of
Russ
his,
is coming back?
Building that they're
Whoa.
planning to besiege.
And
or
I
something.
think my favourite thing on this model is actually the power maul, which is shaped after a Tetsubo, not a weapon I'm used to seeing, and it just really works on this guy. Sort of straightforward, practical, extremely brutal.
Please no. You don't want Russ to come back?
Many people, this will be the
I don't know how I feel about like the bloat of epic characters
Fire your
coming into.
imagination.
Oh wow, this
Raven
guy's
Guard
sick.
have a new chapter master.
Absolutely love this guy. So the new chapter master of the Raven Guard.
This guy's really cool.
They already have a chapter master. What happened to Shrike? Shrike has led the Raven Guard for some years, but has decided actually his place is better in the shadows as the captain of stealth assaults, and he has left Ethion Shan to lead the Raven Guard as their figurehead and their commander. And
Yeah, this guy looks great.
Absolutely phenomenal. We very recently had Logan Grimnar released.
This is 10 out of 10. Yeah, I agree. This one's a 10 out of 10 for me as well.
The tradition of
This
having
looks pretty
just
banger.
Absolutely phenomenally cool looking chapter master miniature.
Well, yeah, I guess if Votan are coming out in like November,
Guard, chapter that you'd expect
I
to
could
see
start.
there.
I could start an Ekron army,
Sort of dangled at him with the sort of secret runic script of deliverance.
and then by the time it's ready, Votan will be out, so I won't even get to use it.
3 head options. Aethon Shan is a really just tremendous centipede piece model. And
I wish they put dates. I wish they would just say when it's coming out. Why keep the mystery up? Let me plan my
And there's one
purchases.
more. Sabodin
Oh, this is so
the
good.
first captain of
They
the
nailed
White Star
that
chapter.
face. Oh
So
my
it's his
god.
First company on this just
Excellent
mighty-looking,
paint scheme.
grav bike. It's got a Gatling cannon mounted into the front. He's just the perfect embodiment of that White Scars hero.
These are really nice sculpts.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. There's all sorts of beautiful Chigorian details on in there. You can see the.
Did they say Votan are November? No, but I heavily assume it's going to be November. We kind of like rebuilt the timeline. Black Templars and Grey Knights have previously been announced, revealed, still not out yet. If we assume like 2 weeks intervals, that's at least 1 month. And then there's still the Imperial Knights that have to come out as well. So I think it's going to be at least a month or two.
Yeah, absolutely.
A character on a bike,
The
and
characters
it's well
have
worth
traditionally
it.
had to walk, haven't they?
So probably October or November is
really
my
beautiful.
guess.
How do I get my hands on these? You say there's some questions to answer there. There's a series of combat patrols coming out. Listen carefully, and I'll explain the one.
This feels a little anemic for a combat patrol. This feels a little bit anemic.
Outrider bikes, an intercessor assault squad, a transport, and Sabodin Khan. He will be available separately. Not that long.
Is this style of grav bike already a thing? I think it's a thing in 30K.
Inside a combat patrol. The others.
Oh, you think Knights are delayed big time?
are,
Maybe.
available
Maybe.
separately, but
Maybe
here
that
the
bumps
combat
us up a
patrols
little
come
bit.
out
I think it's at least a month
So
though.
you have an Imperial Fist combat patrol. Just
This is a
full of
healthier combat
heavily
patrol.
armored, Imperial Fist troops. You've got Terminators and a command group, and it just looks wonderful. Next up, Iron Hands, heavy intercessors.
This is, oh my god, this is
heavy
probably the
weapons,
worst combat patrol they've
everything
ever
you might
released.
expect from these tough, durable.
Oh my
warriors.
god, there's no way they put the serval turret inside a combat patrol.
The Raven Guard, a bit more.
Fast and Phobos.
Yeah, fast. That's,
This one's okay. This one's okay.
yeah, they're going to get in amongst it much faster. Imagine Aethon Shan leading those; it'll be tremendous. But what if you just want to carry all the flames all the time?
Yeah.
Every model in this entire combat patrol has something that makes you hotter.
Either a melter gun or a flamethrower.
So assuming there is a pre-order
I think
announcement
there's some
for
assault intercessors who may
one
use
of the
that,
two,
might attempt to,
Oh, no.
connecting it. But
then
you've
we know
got
the
others
timeline
a
is
lot
2 weeks
of
after that for the
flames
next
and
one.
I think you can
And
do that.
pre-order.
New transfers.
So yeah, it's at least a month and a half, I
Very
think, till
fan of
pre-order
that.
hits for
Just,
Votan, and then 2 weeks after that. So I think it's 2
Secret,
months. We're gonna get
part of
Votan in 2
Warhammer. I get
months.
really excited by transfer sheets. I
I'd be
can't
happy
see
to
my
be
hands on
wrong,
life,
but
I
I do
think
hope they
it's
just put a
best
date
of
out.
them. Each of these will come with its own transfer sheet, which means that you can apply all the details of the heraldry and everything.
Iron Hands are
There's
cut
all
off. I didn't even see it. Did they flash that so quickly?
Case in point, the Imperial Fist one has some strong. Yeah, they're going to get in amongst it much faster. Imagine Aethon Shan leading those; it'll be tremendous. But what if you just thing that makes Soul Intercessors and or Melter? And
we were
you
looking
just,
through-
I didn't even see it.
As we get closer to these.
Yeah, it is right here. We've got some kind of classic stuff, so you can see the scale of them, and we've also got some of the new miniatures. So if we start off over here with
Oh,
the
there we go.
Raven Guard side, I brought along a
Regular.
assault intercessor sergeant. It's not a small model by any stretch of the imagination.
The models
but
look
you can
good.
get a sense of how big
The
new
characters
chapter
all look
master of
really
the Raven Guard
solid.
is there. He's on a big base. He's going to be quite an intimidating character. Certainly going to be the largest. of
Oh,
the-
Iron Hands got cut off at the head. I get it.
Far up
I get it. Poor Ferris. I get it.
You may have a tactical rock to.
I get it. I get it. I misread.
But, Dana
I
Boylan
misread
is
the
such
joke.
a brute that,
You're thinking Votan
oh,
or September? I hope they're September. That'd be good.
The two models you just mentioned.
One more month to wait
and then
before starting any other armies.
Outrider. First of all, check out the sort of similarities between the stylings, the sort of the shape.
I got it, Keanu Reeves. I got it.
But if you spin it around, check out some of
There
the
are
details
so
on the
many
back.
lovely
The bike's
details.
really cool.
I really like the shield. There's some sheaths, there's some extra weapons. There's like, as well as having.
It's about
loads of
time they got a
details,
bike
also
character
loads
too,
of
because
space
I
if you
remember
want
the
to do
first
something like Chigorian freehand or something
the
like
Battle
that.
Force
I
box
think
for
that's
the
going
White
to be,
Scars. Was it like last Christmas or the one before? It's all like mounted units and then the characters on foot. What a shame. What a travesty.
Space Marine.
Surely that's all the Space Marine we have time for.
So you say that, but there's a little bit more space.
Khepris are either defender, 3 bikes rolled in
one's
1,
really
or
exciting
transport.
for me,
Yeah, that's what
because,
I understand from the Warcom article.
I got
It's either
told a little
3
bit
bikes
on the team
output
that
rolled
brought
into
this
1
to life.
unit.
I am over the moon to present the first ever officially licensed wearable Space Marine.
That's a pretty big helmet.
This is the Lieutenant Titus Mark 10 helmet made by Joytoy. If you've not heard of Joytoy,
Or it becomes a transport,
hiding,
yeah.
Joytoy make beautiful action figures under license from Games Workshop. They do Warhammer 40,000 ones, and they do Warhammer Age of Sigmar ones, and they do Warhammer the Horus Heresy ones, and now they have made this incredible helmet. It's just really something.
Space Marine cosplay, who's ready?
It's got an adjustable sort of headband, so you can change it to fit your head. What that means?
They should have sold a Dwarven one. I could have made the craft for them myself.
Or a grot.
It would be a fraction of the price compared to the helmet. High quality too. I'm gonna sell this on eBay.
Everyone is thinking, which is just put it on.
This is officially licensed Votan beard material.
We've been sort of working with them.
And
on.
eyebrows.
Before I do, I'm going to flip a switch because we're under very bright studio lights. But inside, can you see the illuminated? A little bit. There's some really great pictures that you'll be able to see later. But I feel like a Space Marine already.
It's like a motorcycle
I feel like
helmet.
I'm standing next to a Space Marine. It's incredible.
I mean, it's never felt so good to feel like Lieutenant Titus. So the lenses inside illuminate. You can buy it with this lovely display stand as well. This is the Mark 10 helmet stand. It looks like something straight out of a Baobab.
They should have had the helmet come unpainted, and you could paint it yourself to whatever faction you want.
When he's finished on campaign.
That would have been cool.
It's your choice whether you want to get the helmet separately or with that, but I've had this sat in my office for quite a while and it looks really cool. When can you get your hands on it, I guess is the question.
When can I get my hands on it, Adam?
I'm glad you asked. The answer is, when this preview show is done, the pre-orders begin. So you'll be able to go to...
they announced the pre-order for the helmet, but not for the Votan. Come on.
So, I'm just over the moon.
Milking Space Marine too, yeah, absolutely.
Very, very exciting.
Okay, so I guess we could close the book of .txt grudges because we got everything we needed out of this stream. Not even going to save it. All right, what's this? What do we have here? Necrons. This looks pretty dope. Did they really kill Deathwatch in 40k, knowing that they were going to produce a kill team for Deathwatch later on? Or did they only produce this kill team for Deathwatch because the community wanted Deathwatch back as an army in 40k?
It's just bursting with cool stuff.
This might be the best kill team box we've released. It's
bold
way up there.
claim, and I struggle to argue.
It does look really pretty.
There's some beautiful stuff in here. I mean, like, if we talk about the battlefield first, you've got some absolutely amazing.
Well, I guess this stops me from starting the Necron army because I don't want to have to buy more kill team stuff.
A little while back, and certainly allows you to play games in that same sort of style. Doesn't replace.
They're closing on kill team, you think?
Allows you to play that kind of close confines, up close battles.
They might close on kill team, yeah.
Thematic. You've got the kind of undead Necron crypts as the warriors wake from their eons long slumber. But the kill team.
When this finishes, I just want to run back the Votan reveal real quick, and then we'll debrief on the whole stream.
The name kill team itself comes from the concept of Deathwatch, and they.
This is fine, I guess.
An amazing new range of miniatures. There are 10 of these guys in the box. You can build them in a whole range of different ways, and there are some lovely features. Adam, have you got any favourites from?
I mean, for me, I'm all about the big firepower, right? So, sort of bottom right, you have a flesh terrier.
This is fine.
Cannon, because
that's going to make it under my Christmas tree, yeah? Which one are you bigger on, the Death Watch or the
I couldn't
Necrons?
ask Flesh Terror 'cause
They
I
do
haven't
look
played
really
it in years.
cool.
One of the things that's really striking about this set.
I looked at the full preview article for Dwarfs I'm in. Really? It changed your opinion that much? Let me see.
Quite obscure chapters as well.
Yeah, I mean, so Flesh Terrors are perhaps not obscure, but they're not necessarily.
Let
what you might
me
expect.
see this.
For example, top center, that's a member of the Wolf Spears, which is one of the few successors to the Space Wolves chapter. You've got an Ultramarine on the right-hand side. The crossed swords on the one bottom left, I think, is probably making him a guardian of the
I
Covenant.
think you might
But,
be right.
I don't know,
and
man.
as a Dark Angels collector, that's quite exciting.
We had a fun game earlier on where we tried to guess all the different chapters.
Yeah.
A red scorpion in there as well. You can't quite make him out, but
There's
I don't
five
know,
more,
man. I'm not
that you
sold
can
on
see here.
them.
So if you see any that are a chapter that you're interested in, shout them out in the chat. I think the top middle guys.
This looks cool, this artillery piece.
Fans for those guys. Loads of options, loads of different specializations.
This Dreadnought's
that
sick.
To be built with. They really are the personification of pick the right weapon for the job when you start your game.
And when you play Kill Team, the way that this, any Kill Team works is that you have a roster of different
They didn't even
warriors,
put any
and then you
Dwarfs on the
choose
cover
what
of the
you want for
Codex?
game.
That's
You
crazy.
get 10
They
models
put this
in the
cow
box with the
instead?
Kill
That's
Team.
insane.
You've got loads of different options, and then you choose before each game. Your Kill Team in-game.
Oh, the
is
Minotaurs
5
are
of
pretty
those
cool.
warriors, and you can pick any 5 you want.
Check it out with the underslung grenade launcher and all of the grenades just in the harness.
It's
These little
right
Hell
to see a mix
Blaster
of
guys. I
Gravis
didn't see
and
these in the
Phobos
stream.
and Tacticus as
Absolutely.
well. So that's a Gravis, effectively a heavy intercessor.
Am I crazy?
archetype,
They look
but
like shorter than
even
the,
more outgunned than you might expect.
the
a normal
Votans,
heavy
the
intercessor
40K.
fleet, which have already got
They look
quite big
tiny.
guns. In game terms, the Death Watch have got all sorts of specialist Xenos killing kit, but one of their things is effectively
Hobgoblins
in each
are
turn,
okay.
You can choose one of them to use a special piece of ammunition, and you can basically pick a special rule for that gun to have. So it can be blast or precision or extra AP or
Hold
something
on.
like that. So that
Hold on.
a kind of quite long-standing concept of them having the ammunition to do exactly the job you need them to do makes
Hold
its way
on,
into
boys.
Kill Team, as well as them just being pretty good all-round Space Marines, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But they're not the only thing in the kit, although you might excuse our enthusiasm for thinking so. There's also the Canoptic Circle. These
Hold
are
on,
the
boys.
Necron
Hold on.
guardians of this tomb complex. Essentially, their job has been to oversee the reanimation protocols of all of the Necrons that you see in these alcoves. We'll show you some more of the terrain in a bit. And so these are
Hold on,
the,
boys. Where have I seen this dragon
sentinels
before?
that are ready to now sort of attack the interlopers.
And they were just going about their business, waking up all the Necrons, and all of a sudden, this very rude kill team of Deathwatch burst
Where have I
into their
seen
crypt
this
and
dragon
decided to start
before?
wrecking up the place. So they've had to mobilize against them. It is a very powerful kill team. This is the Canoptek Circle. It is led by a Geomancer, which is a type of Cryptek. That's the model you can see there. She is the leader of the warband, and she definitely kind of is the core of the force, right? So
And she's big and
Really,
powerful.
they
she's
changed
big and
it,
powerful. Yeah,
hold on.
she alone can take on a Space Marine, but the other troops in her force need her to kind of be the center to coordinate the efforts. You've got a few different other models in the mix there as well. As the Geomancer, you have remind me of the names of these.
The larger thing on the right hand.
Gravis in the kill team is cool if I heard that right. That could be sick.
Crawler,
Yep.
Then sort of the right hand.
Sam, what do you think about these Krons? I like the little spider guy over here. He's really cute.
They are your reanimators or your warriors. So normally, day to day, they'd just be pooling around, making sure everything's safe and well. They'd be reanimating some Necrons, but you know when the Death
If I do a Space Marine army, it'll be Deathwatch just because I like the lore. Deathwatch are really cool.
Yeah,
I've
the
considered
Crawlers
starting
are
Deathwatch as
particularly
well, but
formidable.
again, my big
So, like,
problem
they're up
is
against the Death
the
Watch
Space Marines are
model,
just
so,
too expensive to collect
the
at
guns
a
on those
competitive
take out
level.
Space
It's just
Marines.
too
They get a
much to
good,
keep up with.
Solid round of firepower. They
Yeah,
are one of the. you
I
basically
should.
got your kind
I
of
should.
second character, which does all the kind of utility
I love the
stuff, and then
Necron
you've got
models. The
two
Necron ones look really
solid
good.
gun platforms, and then you've got the rest of the force. Which
There's a
is
single Necron warrior. I feel like he lost. He got lost at the factory and found his way in the kit by mistake.
Why does it have a bunch of
Somebody
Necron
dropped
warriors?
him on
You have
the
them in
reveal
kill team.
counter, and they're like, "Oh, I guess he's part of the
one
kill
of the other
team."
things that you get inside this box is rules for playing basically co-op missions where you both play as Deathwatch and you're up against hordes, undying hordes of Necron
Yeah,
warriors.
That's
Joint
cool.
operations is
That's
super
pretty
fun.
cool. A cooperative
And,
mode for kill
The
team.
chance to do this.
That's
as
pretty
a
sick.
Deathwatch kill team, sort of stalking around a Necron, awakening Necron 2.
That sounds really fun. Both players
almost
play as
kill
Space
teams
Marines in
and-
two
and
different
just a great
squads,
other
and
way
then you
of playing
fight
the
the
game.
endless
I'm gonna
waves of
totally jump on
Necrons.
it.
I
Have a
love
look
that
around
idea.
this board and
They
you
need
can
to
see
start
some of those
doing more
alcoves there and
cooperative
those
modes
reanimating Necrons
for
and
40k
stuff.
officially.
And there's
like
like weird
official
portals
cooperative
and
modes.
glyphs and all sorts of stuff.
replete
Yeah.
with cool imagery. There's fallen masonry. You can imagine, They've been asleep for so long.
There probably wasn't any
Seismic
more accurate
events,
word
whatever
about when
it
we
was,
can expect to see
fall
all the
down,
new stuff. No,
plus
nothing
and will make
concrete.
it eatable today
It's
and
heavily
this summer.
speculated on our end that it's going to
yeah,
be
this is
between
this is
September
gonna
and
be just
November.
peak Warhammer Adventures in
Probably
Warhammer
September.
Complex. I love it.
And of course, both of these kill teams will be usable in Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
There'll be a way to use your Death Watch in that game as well, and your new Necrons. And of course, there is a new book, a new dossier that comes with this, which has all the rules you need to play these in your games of kill team.
Yeah, let's have a look at some of them in the flesh. Oh, it comes in a box. There you go. Let's have a look at some of these in the flesh. In particular, it'd be good to get the Geomancer in.
I think they
because,
started showing the
that
models
gives us
on
a
the
sense of
table.
Scale. So my favourite with the Frank cannon, but when you put the Geomancer in here, square it off. There we go. So there's some
they look great.
narrative
They're really
around
cool.
the events here, which is quite cool. We were having a read. So when we landed the Geomancer.
So GW
was
does hate
back
Grey
in the
Knights,
day.
yes. They hate Grey Knights, and
if
they
you
hate
haven't
Grey
already,
Knight players because they're
twig
trying to
units.
sell off their venerable dreadnought box dreads.
So you get a
They're
nice
going
mix of
out of
scale
trouble.
from obviously the Geomancer and the Reanimators on the sides. Loads of stuff to feast on. This is going to be a very exciting time for Kill Team. I think the Death Watch are very popular with lots of fans, and they're so iconic within the concept of Kill Team. You
Yeah,
know,
I think wouldn't be an exaggeration to say the most requested kill team.
They hate
since
Sam
the concept of
specifically,
kill team,
who's interested in
sort
Grey
of
Knights.
Re-emerged.
It's
into,
all just to
Yeah,
punish Sam for
absolutely.
selling his Grey Knights
Right.
initially when he started
I
playing.
think we've done it.
I think we've done it.
Admech has entered the
We're
chat.
around the 90-minute mark. I did say it would be a long one, but we've shown you all of our Warhammer previews. We should go to question corner. That was a good prompt. Well done. Simon, there's probably a question or
Is
three,
that it?
right?
That ended a little
There's quite a few.
anticlimactic.
Yeah,
Usually
do
they
you
do
want
like
some,
a big
some
like
rapid
boom
fire
at the
ones?
end, you
Let's
know?
go.
Let's see what we can do.
We're within 12.
Okay, let's go. So start off with Old World. Are the new Tomb King minis resin or plastic?
Plastic.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Multi-part plastic kits. Definitely said it.
Let's go with the Kill Team Tomb World. Is the new Necron terrain similar in dimension?
Let it run a
to
minute
the
more. Maybe they're
Gallo
doing a
Dark
little
terrain?
bait.
It
It's going to be
is
one
similar.
more thing
I
they
don't think
drop.
it's exactly the same.
Yeah, Gallo Dark would be a good reference point.
So we've got.
I hope that
Warhammer
Crypt Tech
Underworld,
is
will
leader
the
for
new
Affinity
warbands or any
Destroyers.
of the
Did they say what he
re-released
does,
Grand
the
Alliance
Crypt Tech?
warbands be receiving rules to use them in Warhammer Age of Sigmar?
I believe you could use all of them in Age of Sigmar, can't you? I don't want to. You certainly.
Well,
I'm not going to commit. There you go. Show my face as a face of non-committal.
One
Your
thing that is
LGS
worth saying
knows
is
about my
that
Votan
quite a lot of the
order.
new battle codes have a place.
I guess I
for
still got to find an
Warhammer
LGS
as a
to
generic,
hopefully give me
archetype
some
of
kind of
something. So
some
the
kind of
Wolf, for
discount.
example, you've got a place for the
I
wolves.
think that's a more
That's
comprehensive answer.
That's
Eddie,
probably
well
the place that you'll find them going forward.
Also, apparently,
yeah,
the
I'd
release
guess
well
that.
done will be Death Guard level
Hellsmiths
good.
are going into Warcraft. We said that already. Perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. Well done.
Let's go! It's
So
about time we have
the
some
Adeptus
power
Astartes
level in our
ones we've just seen.
favor.
Does
Just
Superden
to be
Khan
broken
have
for like
helmets?
1 week, you
It
know?
does have a helmeted option.
Very cool.
Although I think
Safety first.
any
We never got
adherence
to
health and
fly that
safety
close to the
would
sun
be
because
an
they
absolute
just
abomination
initially
when you're
the
riding
reveals of
free
9th.
and
They
You
just
might
got
be
the
riding
codex before it
in-
was released.
A vacuum. At
No,
which point
no,
you're probably
just
allowed.
hold your breath.
Just.
Get on with it. Yeah.
Okay,
They've got
cool.
reinforced
There you go.
skulls. I'm sure they'll be fine. So where can we expect?
Caldor Drago's about to rip through the warp in the studio, right? I think that's the
That is a
reveal,
great
Sam.
question. Good
question.
Updated
So,
Caldor
the
Drago.
rules
That's
will
why
be
they have a
available
green screen. They're
on-
actually in the warp
So some
right
of the
now, and they're
rules,
just
if the
hiding
character
it.
is
And then
being
once the
re-released
facade
already
drops, you're going to
just-
see
yeah,
Caldor
Trace Ring
Drago
goes.
just
Lysander.
Yeah,
chill
Vulcan and
running
Lysander
back.
are already there. The other rules will be available online.
And I'm really glad you asked about the lore because I know a thing. Phil Kelly from the Warhammer 40,000 lore team came and had a chat with me, and they've written full background for each of these characters and narrative.
Votan are
stories,
very
which we'll be
good.
posting on
They are
Warhammer
very
Community
good
in the
into
week
Imperial
leading up
Knights.
to their release when that happens.
We are
I'm
probably
super
the
excited.
best suited
Don't know
army
anything
to
about
deal
April
with the
Shan,
big
and I
knight
want to learn his
problem.
story. So
For
yes,
sure.
there we go.
Awesome.
For
so we've
sure.
got two more quick ones if we can. So the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness. Are some of the Wargate options that are currently no longer available to certain units ever going to be revisited?
So that's a good question. So we do know that there will be more things released in plastic across the course of this edition. With some of those plastic kits, you may see war gear options returning that have previously been available. You might also see some war gear options that have never existed before.
I'm still
added to
staking
those
around
units.
here because
So,
I'm not sure if they're going to
some-
drop a little surprise
Right,
reveal on us.
one
I
last
feel
one
like it
was on
ended a little
the scouring.
anticlimactic.
How many
We'll
books can we
see.
expect to see in the series?
And then
At
we'll run back
least
the
one,
Votan announcement
because
again.
it's got the number one on the side of it.
recap that.
I don't want to steal the
like.
thunder of
I was a
any
little too
future
hyped.
sort of news from Black Library, other than to announce it today. But what they have told us, and it was one of the best conversations of my professional life ever, to sit down with the editing team from Black Library as they sort of poured the scouring lore into my open brain, was this is a multi-book, multi-author series, and so you're going to be following it for some years to come.
Grand.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Well, there's
Okay, so they're
bazillions
just
more
milking
questions
the
that I couldn't
Horus
possibly
Heresy
get to
storyline
there.
as much
Scrolling
as they
past so
can.
quick is all I could do to find the ones I got. But yeah, thanks.
That's great. What remains, I guess, at this point in the juncture is, first of all, to thank all of you for tuning in and spending 90 minutes of brilliant Warhammer fun with
There's
us.
going to be
I've
something
really
else.
enjoyed
They're going to drop one
Had a
more
great
thing
time.
on
That was a
us.
great time.
Awesome.
I feel it in my bones.
There's some like general housekeeping to do. If you've missed anything in this and you want to know more,
There's
go
one
to
more thing for sure. I feel
warhammercommunity.com,
it.
read the articles that are there on the website. There's pictures. There's more information than Eddie and I would have remembered to tell you.
It's all the
you
softball
can watch the
questions for
videos
sure.
back as well. If
Somebody
you are
should
looking
ask,
for
when is
more
the
Warhammer
Votan stuff
excitement
coming out?
right now in your life, we're going to throw back to Tacoma, where there's Warhammer 40,000 tournament taking place, I believe, right now.
What
is what we're going back to.
remains.
So you can hang around here, especially on the Twitch channel. I believe that is true. What else is there to say? The helmet. Go and find it on Warhammer.
They're teasing it, just like get on. There's something happening for sure.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Brilliant. Right. Thank you, Simon, for asking questions. Thanks to the crew here who've made it all
There's
work.
one more thing
Eddie,
for sure.
It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
We can't wait to see you again next time. Take care.
No, I guess not. I stand corrected. That was a very strange ending to the show. It felt like they were purposefully slowing it down just to announce something big. All right. So not bad, boys, not bad. I'll give that a little like. Where was it? Let's see that again one more time here. That was pretty hype. What a fizzle of an ending. I agree. That kind of fizzled out. It felt like I found it a little bit like anticlimactic, and I thought they were purposefully doing that to mislead us. But yeah, all right, let's see. Let's see this one more time. 10 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I don't know about the robots. He's pretty badass. Christ devoured. I think this is almost everything I could have hoped for. It looks to be the size of a Sagittar. And it's on a base. Very interesting. I didn't notice that initially. It is on a base. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I think the robots for me are the thing that I am the least sure about how I feel. I think on the one hand, they're pretty cool. But I kind of wish they were just designated dreadnoughts instead. But yeah, they're pretty dope. They're pretty cool. All right, boys, what do you guys think about that reveal show? Rock and Stone, yeah, it's all hype. Rock and Stone, baby. It was all hype. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very excited. I think it's going to open up a lot of new play for us. It sounds like we finally have something that, you could just walk on an objective and stand there instead of using a Sagittar to sacrifice to pop warriors out, which is pretty cool. These guys are dope. I think they're going to be sick. It probably means Hearthguard are going to become a little bit more specialized in shooting, which is great, to offset that. I'm a little confused on the role of the shooting guys here versus the Thunderkin, because it feels like they kind of will play the same role. They literally look the same. They have the same shoulder piece and a very similar gun. So I'm super curious to see where they fit in terms of balancing the two different loadouts and units. Maybe we're going to have a little bit more internal balance with the codex. You could choose between two different guys. Maybe in one detachment they're going to be buffed versus another. So I'm very curious to see how that shapes up. These guys here, I'm very excited for to collect and pink them up. They look dope. And this thing is a deconstructed Sagittar. But I think it's still pretty cool. I'm a little bit surprised still that we're getting another transport, because I just struggle to see the need for one. And it feels like maybe this could have been our only transport, potentially. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Maybe the Sagittar is going to change dramatically in the codex as well. And they'll really have two different roles. Still have options for releases next. Yeah, next edition is the jump packs. They're just waiting for that one. I don't know why. They're just waiting for the jump packs to come. It's too powerful to give us that movement. It floats, so it needs a base. Yeah, for sure. About as good as a second wave could get. I agree. A Dread would be cool, but if the Capri Sun can shoot great, I'm here for it. For sure, maybe they're going to rework how the Magna Cannon works, or the Twin Bolter, or whatever it was, the Magna Coil gun. But it sounds like this is basically going to be about the equivalent output as a bike, except with the option of taking an anti-tank shot. So I'm curious to see how they shape up these weapons in the codex as well. Well, Jump Pack Votan is very surprising, but I bet it's a kill team or next edition release. Yeah, I think so as well. They're probably just holding off on that one. I don't know why, but yeah, that seems like the easiest kit to just make and sell for us. It already exists. I like the Mario Kart. I hope it's good. I agree. I think it looks sick. Nothing here screams like broken to me from what they discussed, but it all looks very exciting. Like even from a collecting point of view, like I just can't wait to have these and build them and have them on the shelf. They look dope. Mr. President, a third Votan transport has hit the towers. With too many transports. Literally every unit in our army has its own dedicated transport now. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're so specialized. I wonder what that means if one of the detachments is just like an infiltrator, like Jaeger detachment, where you'd focus on running these. September release confirmed. Oh my god. You guys are crazy. I hope we hit on 3s. I hope so too. The only thing that has me a little bit alarmed is at the very bottom. It says we could increase our hit roll chance. Hopefully that means when we build up enough, 3s go to 2s and not 4s go to 3s. Because if 4s go to 3s at round 4, that's going to suck. But yeah, I think that was pretty dope. I think the Earthshakers will work like the Tyranid Biovore. I don't know. I think they kind of said it's like a heat-seeking underground missile that just makes a line towards your opponent. I wonder if it'll interact with terrain. We're kind of seeing rules that interact with terrain now, so that could be cool. It'll be nice to have an artillery equivalent. I agree. Like, imagine just if these things are actually viable, and because Votan's very mid-range, right? So if you could just sit back and let your opponent come to you, that's pretty good. That really plays into the strengths of the army. This is, for me, the thing I'm most excited for. Hands down. I think the Robocops are cool. Hopefully they're not... I want to say hopefully they're not spam auto-includes, because I'm not super big on them. But they look cool. They look fine. I'd run like a set of 3 for something like to hold an objective like they seem to imply. But yeah, I'm curious what the rules look like. I think it's due to the marker. However, yeah, but we also do have this, I think it's like the exact same one, even smaller, with the mole grenade launchers with the Berserks, and it's never really used. So we'll see. It sounds like there are several different loadout options you can run for guns. So the Breacher or the Tremor shells. So one is definitely going to have some kind of impact on movement, and then one is probably going to be more damage oriented, is my guess. Artillery will be an incredible tool for Votan, in my opinion. I agree. It's going to play just like Total War, man. We're going to have our enforcers on the line. We're going to bring them out with our mortars. Our land forts are going to collapse on them. Our berserks are going to run out. I will also say it's really cute that the berserkers here operating the mole cannons have like actual melee weapon profiles, it looks like. So potentially, if they do get into melee, you have the profile of 2 berserks to fight back, which is always nice. Do these things count as men of iron or dwarves of iron? I think these will be men of iron. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was really exciting. I'm happy. I'm happy, but I would have liked to see a Dread, but this is as good as we could get for a Wave 2. We'll see how the rules come out, and hopefully we could do pre-orders very soon and get our hands on these bad boys. Artillery might be an auto-include. I'm reluctant to say auto-include because GW has kind of shifted away from indirect, but if there's a way to make indirect work as more of a support piece rather than a damage piece, maybe that's an interesting direction to take indirect in the competitive scene of 40k. If it provides benefits or deductions to your opponent versus outright doing damage, because that's always the thing that's not fun, is when you can't interact with the thing that's killing you. But if it's just like, hey, here's this negative modifier because I hit you with my indirect gun, then that opens up a whole new avenue for balancing, because suddenly You don't need to be concerned with people just spamming indirect to kill. You'll take a certain number of indirect to apply your modifier, and then the rest of your army can capitalize on that. So I think it's an interesting direction. We'll see if it pans out this way. Matt Volt, I can't wait to fight you with the new releases. Oh my god, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. You missed it, Danny. I had my big beard on, my big dwarven beard for the reveal. I had my big dwarven eyebrows for the reveal, but everything fell off, and I was choking on hair for like an hour. So, what a day for you, man. I'm happy you waited. So, yeah, it's been a long time, but we finally have some new toys. This guy's so badass, man. Oh my god, I can't wait to try him out. Yeah, is it Peter's birthday or my birthday today? I don't know. I don't know. Also, being in two-man squads is really nice. They screen really well. Is this what for the yes, two-man squads for the artillery. Yeah, for sure. That's true. That's true. You put these on your home field, and now you could use your warriors more aggressive forward for your 5-man that would usually sit back and sticky. Just keep these on your home base. Hopefully, they're costed appropriately, and then you just send an extra 5 set of warriors out. What are your thoughts about a possible army set? It doesn't look like we're getting an army set. I feel like they would have showed a box for it. I suppose it's not completely out of the question. Maybe even around Christmas time, theoretically. Depends how long our release takes. But I could see them bunching some of this stuff up. I don't see why they wouldn't. Just finished an escalation league of Votan. My LGS going undefeated 8-0, and I've been getting spammed by everyone after this release announcement. Yeah, it's a good day to be a dwarf, boys. It's a good day to be a dwarf. Mine is coming this Thursday. What you got early access? Yeah, I agree, Aaron. Yeah, being able to hold your home with the artillery is always really nice. Now we could finally match the threat of the Death Guard. Yeah, this is great. I'm really happy with it, especially the artillery piece. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. This is going to be a lovely model to paint up. I kind of want to redo my paint scheme now because I don't know how this is going to look in the dark iron format. I think I was most excited for this at the initial stream, but as I'm looking at everything again now, I think this is the piece I'm least excited for. Not sure why. Have they shown the transport mode and the vehicle mode? Because they look identical to me here. What's the big difference? Are these all just the vehicle modes? Oh, birthday. Yeah, it sucks not getting an army set. It's a nice place to get. Yeah, you're right. I'm surprised they didn't. Like, with so many models coming out, it seems like the perfect opportunity to slap this in a box. Maybe they will. Like, who knows? Maybe they're going to figure out what they want to put inside and then announce that closer to pre-orders. If it has all the new stuff, it's definitely a buy one or buy two for sure. Unless there's the name character, of course. Yeah, how do you guys feel about this one? I'm pretty happy. I'm thrilled. There's only a couple models that are a miss for me. This guy's a big miss. Looks like he's from Necromunda. Doesn't fit into the 40k. I think it's literally the same set of gloves. And I think these guys, I'm like half in, half out on this. They're like really tall Hearthguard and Thunderkin put together. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll allow back with bags. Vehicle mode has a giant gun on the back. Transport mode does not. Okay, I see. So all the ones in the pictures are the gun one. I don't know, Jordan. Like I was like, this was to me my favorite one at the announcement point, but now I'm looking at it again and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's useful or not. Transporting the Jaegers with the current rules in mind, it seems like a bit of a waste for me, but we'll see what it looks like on the table. The rail cannon is interesting. Like imagine if these are like 55 points. Or like 85 points and you just get a bunch of rail cannon shots. That'd be pretty funny. 8 on 10, can't wait. I agree. I'm at like an 8 on 10 for hype as well. We finally have Bulgrin. That's what they remind me of. They remind me of Bulgrin, like just enforcer units. I love the little power fist. I wonder if he's going to have more attacks than the Hearthguard. That would be so tragic. Oh my god, that would be so tragic. No, no, Joseph, that 810 is not when it's coming out. 810 is the level of hype. It's not the announcement of when the models are coming out. I think the Steeljack could be a fast-moving infantry unit with a good melee punch. Theoretically, I think it's possible. They do have long legs. They look pretty fast and nimble. I'm withholding all judgment until we have a codex. I'm pretty excited. I suspect that they put a lot of thought into the army rule redesign because it's been 2 years since we've had it and it's pretty bad. It's not bad. It's pretty limiting from a design space perspective, I should say, and it is what makes the army so good. But thankfully, if they're reworking this, then hey, like it shows that they understand that it's not entirely fun to be stuck with one detachment. Eight out of 10 for you too, Clay. I agree. I'm pretty happy with this too. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. The combat patrol, I'm thankful I don't have to buy it because I have everything here with I have enough doubles of these things to not have to pick this up. I don't think we'll be running lists that have 30 Hearthguard in the codex. Maybe we will. Maybe I stand corrected. I think yield is going to be good. I think it's going to be healthy. It sounds like it's a little bit more flexible. It gives you some agency now as well because you yourself accrue them through having certain units in your list or standing on objectives or doing certain things. I wonder how it's going to work for declaring, if it'll be like the guide mechanic for Tau where you declare which units you want to kill to accrue your tokens, or if it's just kill anything and get your yield tokens instead. 4-up crests, I think that would be cool. I feel like the crests are going to give Feel No Pains, judging by the language they used for these guys. This crest here probably gives the squad like the 5-up Feel No Pain. I wonder if they'll rework the Christmas attachment with these new units. They're definitely going to fix up the Christmas detachment because I think, are there any, no, there's no mention of tokens in the Christmas detachment, so they're probably not going to change it. But I suspect it'll be significantly better because we're losing the Oathband detachment rule and army rule, and theoretically everything is being replaced by this more balanced universal yield token mechanics. So I think then if you look at the objective stratagems available inside of Hearthband, you go, like this is a pretty good detachment, but you were always kind of pulling back towards Oathband because it just did everything better. So now hopefully it makes Hearthband a little bit more appealing, and the rules and the limitations around blast and around being the closest to legible, hopefully that makes more sense with the power level of the raw data sheets. Sirius says I'm 9 out of 10 hype. I really like the tall boys. They're holding I like the tall boys too. They remind me of Robocops. I think they're pretty cool. They're like the enforcers in the cities is what I picture while the Chthonians are all mining and stuff. I like that. It's pretty dope. It's the Preymark crest, I think. Yeah. I mean, I could have sworn this crest exists, this exact shape for the warriors or something. Looking forward to more detachments. Same here, man. I think we're going to get... Does the Grotmus one count? Did they put the Grotmus one in the book, or does the Grotmus one stay online only? Because then we'd have 6, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I agree. I had Valkyrie on my bingo card. I was ready for the melee Hearthguard. But, however, we do have melee enforcers. Maybe they get some kind of benefit. Maybe Hearthguard go up in power level or come down in points significantly enough that it becomes appealing to take 5s or 10s. Or maybe they'll adjust the rule that you could take them as battle line. In which case, if you could take Hearthguard as battle line, suddenly this combat patrol becomes a lot more appealing. I think we'll get a 4-up involved unit for sure. They seem to be really hyping up the durability of these enforcers. I don't see why they wouldn't have either. Like, they specifically use language like shrugging off firepower, so they have a good Feel No Pain. It's not going to be a 6-up. It'll be like a 5-up Feel No Pain, and then they probably have like -1 damage or a 4-up involved. And then this guy says he attaches to them to provide them with some kind of ability. So I think there's good potential here. The vehicle looked about the same size as a Sagittar. Let's see. This gentleman here is holding it up. It looks like it's about 4 fingers. It looks to me like it's literally the same size. It literally looks, from here in the dark, it looks like a Sagittar on a base. I think they just deconstructed the Sagittar, to be completely honest with you. Like, they took off the roof and took out the front canopy, and then they put the bike things on. It even has the engine, like, on the side, sticking out the battery pack. I think it's the same size as the Sagittar. It looks to be about equivalent. Man, I can't wait. Oh. So this is the current scheme I got going on with the Hearthguard and my whole army. It's kind of built around these guys. Like everything is kind of Embrier, like Embrier. What was the clan they had? The Embrier Hearthguard. So like all dark iron themed. I'm not sure how it's going to translate to the mole grenade launchers, but I'll see. Maybe I'm going to paint them up a little bit differently and have them be like allies, an allied clan or kin that come in to help. -1 to wound for the robots. That'd be pretty cool. -1 to wound with a feel no pain. I'd live with that. That's pretty dope. 3-4 wounds each. -1 to wound, feel no pain. I'm in. Toughness 7, 2 up, 4 wounds. That fits with how our units have gone, potentially. I feel like it'll be toughness 6. Yeah, I'm a little concerned for that as well. I hope they get the army rule right. It seems to be like there's a little bit more to this than they actually revealed. The language here at the bottom seems to infer that the yield mechanic is in addition to the army rule. So there's like something else that exists here that they haven't said yet. And additionally, we will have these, where was it? I read it somewhere. Yeah, the army rule has been entirely rewritten. There's also a new resource called yield points. So I think there's like 2 different mechanisms here that are going to be working together. I'm really curious to see what it is. Maybe tokens will stay but in a different capacity. I don't know. Seems like they are going away with tires and moving over to Grav. Wonder if a hunky chunk rework in the future. No, I don't think so. I don't suspect they're going to change anything for a really long time. And I think the Land Fortress works as having wheels. Like thematically, what these guys do is a lot of like mining and excavations and things like that. And a lot of their vehicles support that. This is more of like a scouting, fast-moving piece. So it probably wouldn't be like in the mines, whereas the Land Fortress looks like it's kind of designed to do that. Just need to wait for the book to leak like all the others, yeah. T7 is Alaris level tough. I think T6 is what it's going to be. Yeah, I agree. I think T6, 4 wounds, -1 to wound, 5 up, feel no pain. That's my theory. That's my theory. Thunderkin are already T6 and Tallboys are supposed to be tougher. I think what they... True, yes, but I think the inference with that is that the toughness will come from durability, because they seem to really be pushing the point that these are going to be your objective holders. So kind of like you put these guys out on an objective, and it takes a couple of activations from your opponent to take them down, rather than just trading 1 for 1. I'm excited to see what they do with Thunderkin. I think for me, that's the thing that has me most curious for, because they have 3 different guns. And they, 2 out of the, well, technically, in my opinion anyway, all of them are kind of lackluster for the profile they have in terms of the data sheet that they're attached to, because there's no ignore cover, they're very slow, low range. So I'm curious to see how they fix all of this up and hopefully rebalance it so that all 3 of the weapon options are viable. You wouldn't be surprised if they have a 4++. That would be cool. I was reluctant to say that because that seems really strong, but hey, it might exist. But then there'll probably be 3 wounds. 4 wounds, -1 damage, 4++ seems insane. I like them. I think they're cute. I think they're cool. I'm just trying to picture them in my paint scheme. And I'm trying to see where I would put the glowing pieces. I guess on these vents. Maybe on this orb in the front. I wonder if they're going to actually make plasma blades viable. Maybe I even forgot these. Yeah, you're right, man, Chris. These could probably go in a land fortress. That'd be pretty cool. But I suspect they're going to be exo frame, like the Thunderkin. So it's going to be 3, which is further reinforced by the fact that they come in sets of 3. I really hope this kit doesn't sell for like $70 because like it seems a little bit tiny in terms of the amount of plastic you get compared to other 3-man elite units that we see, like Sanguinary Guard and the Emperor's Children one. So hopefully it's more akin to the Thunderkin being low 60s or 55. I think that'd be a bit more appropriate, but we'll see. We'll see about price creep. I hope they're not too pricey. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally what my line of thinking is. Like, I hope they're fairly priced for their size and the amount of plastic customization that they seemingly have. $120 for 3? You're crazy. No, you're crazy. I'm thinking half of that. Half of that. I think they sell like the T-Suns Shektars. Yeah, I don't know how much those go for. Let's see. I agree, it'll be like that. How do you spell Shektar? I can't find them. But yeah, boys, this was a good reveal stream. I have to say, we were not wronged, and there's no more grudges to settle. They've definitely redeemed themselves since the last reveal stream that was supposed to be Votan, and I could happily say the Age of Reckoning will soon be upon all of our foes. I like the shoulder pads here being the same with the Thunderkin. It just reinforces that enforcer perspective. I'm so excited for this, though. Oh my god. The artillery looks so good. The Capri Sun is okay as well. All right, boys. I think I scrolled through these enough to take away and kind of just ponder on them and let it all settle in. I'll probably do a little video this week just to recap the reveals for those who couldn't make it to tonight's stream, or this afternoon stream rather. Mildly disappointed because of no walker. I think a walker would have been cool. I would have preferred to have a walker personally over these 3 guys, but hey, it is what it is. They just feel like they overlap too much with Thunderkin in terms of like design visually. But the role obviously is a little bit different. They're somewhere between Thunderkin and Hearthguard is what I'm understanding. Earthshaker is the biggest W by far. I agree completely. This is an absolute 100% dub right here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Walker would be a blast. Yeah, it would have been cool. I wonder when the pre-order release will be. I think we're speculating that it's going to be like late September because we still have Black Templars, Grey Knights. So once one of those 2 codexes goes for pre-order, you could start the clock down, and it'll be 2 weeks till you could buy it, then 2 weeks for the next pre-order, 2 weeks till you could buy it, 2 weeks till our pre-order, and then 2 weeks to buy it. So it's about 2.5 months. So it'll probably be late September. Norseland, yo Matt, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty well, man. Thanks for tuning into the stream. New hero will have anti-monster 2 for sure. That would be pretty cool. Didn't think about that, but if he's a monster slayer, that'd be dope. Anti-monster 2+ with dev. Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna have like the Uthar devs, but for melee, for anti-monster. That'd be pretty nice. Iron Masters will revive the Robos. I don't. Oh, that's an interesting point. Maybe you'll be able to attach an Iron Master to the robots. That'd be pretty cool. Well, I'm not a huge artillery fan. The Earthshaker is the most rock and stone looking model in the whole line, so I gotta love it. Yeah, It's absolutely wicked. It looks really good. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing from the release, hands down. It's exactly what I wanted from like a dwarven artillery perspective. I think the only thing, like, I kind of wish we didn't have another vehicle and instead it was a dedicated tank. So I know you could build it like one, but I was hoping for like a mining rig type of deal. But it's okay. Maybe wave 3 in 11th edition. Explosive plus mole shells. Yeah, I suspect. What I theorize is they're going to go in a different direction with indirect, and it's going to be negative modifiers. So you can have like the chip damage one, which everybody else has, or you could go for the modifier one, which is akin to what the mole grenade launcher does. Something similar to that affects somebody's movement, maybe in like a radius. That would be pretty cool from like where you put your token. So you put your token down, like someone said with the Biowars, you put your token down, and then whatever is within like 6 inches of it or 9 inches, for example, has like -2 to move. I don't know, something like that. That'd be cool. I like the robo character design. Yeah, robo character is pretty dope. This guy's sick. It was the first one that I said was 10 out of 10 when they revealed him on the stream. It's really cool. Makes them Overwatch for free, which, hey, you know, why not? A Votan Dune Crawler would be amazing. Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing with the vehicle, something like that. This feels like it's like a cross between that. I will say, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but this feels like a very ad-mechy, this release. Like, this guy feels like Dark Mechanicus. These guys feel like they could be seen in the ad-mech range, something similar to that. This guy definitely not, but yeah, I think it's cool. I really like it. I'm excited. I want to know the stat line from the melee character to the spirit. Dude, I am so excited to see the stat lines for all of these things. The thing that I am most curious about stat line wise is this weird little Arcanist evaluator who I don't know, man. They botched something on this guy. His eyes are huge. His eyes are massive. And it feels like this was a Necromunda kit. It literally looks like the Necromunda kit. I don't know how I feel about it. Hopefully it's like you run one or none. You don't need 3 of them. I'm sure with a different paint scheme or even the helmet. Like, the helmet's really cool. You can make this guy look nice, but yeah, it doesn't seem to fit in with the range. He's got little robot eyes, yeah. The scheming Ironkin character is amazing. He's the best one. He's the best. He has no reason to be scheming. He's a robot, but he just for that glorious effect, the psychological warfare, he's just, you know, nefariously scheming away on his computer. I bet he's a monster on the tabletop, yeah. As long as the evaluator is my torrent weapons, I don't care how they look. Yeah, although I feel like, I mean, they're hyping up his abilities quite a bit. It's got 3 fire modes. The most extreme can trigger lethal atomic transformations. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? With 3 dots, it's very ominous. Are we going to have some kind of new mechanic? I don't know. That could be cool. The Capri is a hover ATV. Atomic biologist, Zerg until you give Biowar, Jackson, so not atomic pull. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy. Like, I'm really happy with this. I can't wait to see what's in the codex in terms of the detachments. This feels like a really well-rounded range now. It looks like we have enough tools to play very diverse lists, and hopefully make use of some of these amazing detachments we'll get. And like Nick said, and I trust Nick's insight on this, apparently the playtesters have said that the power level is going to be quite high for Votan on release, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. Maybe one of them could. Maybe one of them could attach to the Chthonian Berserks. That'd be pretty cool. I don't see why this guy wouldn't be able to. Maybe they'll just change that, like Cal's can attach to Berserks if you want. We have the best Crusade rules. Now we'll have the best codex. Yeah, I had tried Votan and Crusade for my only Crusade I ever tried. And I liked the mechanic. It was fun, where you get to collect like minerals from whatever forces you destroyed on the battlefield after. Very happy with the Votan range now. Yeah, I agree. This is what we were missing. Honestly, if we just had this, I'd be happy with it, to be honest. I felt like that really pulls everything together. This feels redundant. Maybe I'll be wrong. Feels a little bit redundant. And these guys are okay. But yeah, I'm excited. It seems like we have a lot of tools now. The Last of Us kind of lonely hunter thingy. They said 21 data sheets on the website. We only have 13 and just saw 6. Still have 2 left. Dude, I don't know though. I think this is like some of them double up, right? Like we have 1, 2, 3. Wait, did I count this twice? No. 3, 4, 5, 6. But they said this is going to be 2 separate data sheets, right? Like one's a vehicle, one's the transport. So that's really 7. And then it looked like the same thing with these to have the melee guys or the range. So that's 8. So I think that's the last 2. I think it's just these are going to be 2 different data sheets because you have the melee ones that choose different melee weapons and you have the range ones that choose different range weapons. So I think it's just 2 different data sheets. Exactly. I think these robots are double and I think the vehicle is double. Yeah, Tall Ironkin for sure is a double. Wow, boys, we hit 1,000 views total, 1,000 unique views total on the stream. That's massive. This is our best reveal show stream ever. I'm really happy with how this one went, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I think we'll call it here and take some time to digest. Like I said, I'll make a video about this next week. Just share my thoughts a little bit quicker on everything after the weekend passes. And I spent some time just reflecting and thinking about some of these interesting new combos that could potentially become available based on what very little information they've shared with us over here. So thanks everybody so much for tuning in today. I'm really happy I got to experience this one with you. It was a big win for the Votan. The trailer was super hype, and it looks like they even condensed it over here as well, which is great. So really thank you guys so much for coming in and for chatting me up here. It's always really fun when I get asked a lot of questions and a lot of people are interacting with the stream. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. And I think I'll catch you all in the next one.